You to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby.
Some people say there are doers and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain.
Welcome in live to Sid Bryson Stadium as we get you ready for Crest football right here on KTCBroadcasting.com. Great to have you along tonight as we are in our countdown to kickoff. Brought to you by Ingles Markets, low prices, love the savings. As we get you ready tonight for the Crest Chargers on senior night, hosting the North Gaston Wildcats. I'm Tim Foster in for Paul Foster, who is taking the night off tonight, and great to have the Robster Rob Roop with me, a gentleman that I can say I've been friends with for 30-plus years. And, Rob, the Chargers come in one of two unbeatens in the Big South here tonight, and it's another big night. It's the Chargers 6-1 coming off that big road win at Hunter Huss last week, and they get ready for the North Gaston Wildcats, Rob.
Yeah, one thing we've seen Crest do now, they've put themselves in the position to have that number one RPI. That's what you wanted to keep playing for. That's why you played a game like a team like Weddington. Now you've got to that point now. You've got to really take care of business here against North Gaston. Don't look ahead. Get them out. Get that playing piece off the table, because really what's going to seal it is going to be Ashbrook and Hunter Huss, two highly ranked teams. A chance to really add to those numbers.
No doubt about that. That is going to be so crucial when we think of the rest of this season. And, of course, during our countdown to kickoff here between now and our 7:30 kickoff, we're going to be covering a lot, including looking back to last week's win over the Hunter Huss Huskies. We'll look at some other big games going on around the area in the Big South Conference, as well as that Southern Piedmont 2A, 3A, 4A Conference, Rob. Some big games going on tonight also, and we'll be talking about different players. Of course, we'll be also talking about our Big E player to watch tonight for the Crest Chargers in this matchup back home. And, Rob, it is hard to believe, final regular season home game, and if you're a Charger fan, you certainly want to be back here in about a month and with a bye week and thinking about round two of the playoffs, but still, as you mentioned, a lot to take care of.
Yeah, you know, like you said, if you get one of those top four seeds in the West, have a bye in the first round, so that means Crest would not play at home for about a month after the night's game. So, but like you said, you want to win those because, hey, if that happens, maybe the rest of the way to the state championship are here at Crest. What a great time that would be.
Yep, but you got to go out and earn it, as you talked about, Rob, over the next few weeks. And great to see, Rob, I also want to talk about as we are on with our broadcast this evening, scheduled for the 7:30 kickoff. It's so great to have you listening to our streaming broadcast of 6-1 Crest and 1-7 North Gaston. What about these seniors being recognized? And they've done a lot for Crest football.
I tell you, Tim, you look at some of these seniors, some of these guys started since they were freshmen.
Yeah, 4 years.
Here at Crest.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about, I've always talked about when I look at senior night, has that senior class left the program better than they found it? And I think, again, these seniors can say, yes, I left the program better than I found it, or where this program is right now, a chance to possibly play for a state championship this year if the pieces fall in place.
Rob, we do want to take a second, or a little longer, a couple of minutes, I should say, and talk about a couple of wonderful folks that we lost in the last week and a half. And we want to start with a gentleman that meant so much to so many in the community, meant so much to KTC Broadcasting, meant so much to the family at KTC Broadcasting. And we're talking about Terry Reinhardt, who passed away a week ago. And Rob, his love for baseball touched so many, and if you're able to see on your screen right now with our broadcast, there is going to be honoring Terry at West Lincoln Optimus Park tomorrow night, a Receiving of Friends at 6 o'clock. The service will be at 7 p.m. And you're talking about a gentleman, Rob, his knowledge of football was through the roof. It was unbelievable. But he was an even better man, and I know that you worked with him a little bit more maybe than I did, and so many folks back at KTC in Cherryville and Lincoln County did. We're going to miss Terry. What a wonderful individual.
Yeah, like you said, Tim, a good broadcaster, an even better man, and like you said, his love for his community, his love for Lincoln County, and everything was nonstop. When I got the news from Kevin that had happened, I was just shocked to see that. But thoughts and prayers said to Terry, his family, and everybody with the KTC family as we all grieve and get through this process.
And I know there will be a big crowd there celebrating his life tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
And, of course, Rob, we also want to discuss the passing of head coach Jim Taylor, not only a legend in Cleveland County, but, I would think one of the greats, no doubt he's one of the greats to ever coach in Cleveland County for the Shelby Golden Lions, multiple state championships, but really one of the great coaches in North Carolina football history. What are your memories of Coach Taylor?
Tim, I'll say this. I truly believe without Jim Taylor, we don't have Cleveland County football what it is today.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the programs, we all had to kick up a notch to get to Shelby's level.
Strive to try to get there.
Yeah, we had to take the steps of their excellence to try to do what they were doing. So without Shelby, the rest of us was good. I put somewhere iron sharpens iron. That's what happens there with Shelby being so good. To a program like Crest, either you had to get better or get left behind. A big thank you to Coach Taylor and what he did. But that's him. One of the things you had to love, and I'll never forget, watching Jim and John coach against each other, the brothers, one for Crest, one for Shelby, just adds to this rivalry and the little nuances of it to have those two brothers taking on each other.
So many great games when those two brothers went against each other, but so many great games on this field, so many great memories. And you're right, they were the measuring stick. They have been for many years, and he just took it to another level. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal. Talk about him as an X and O coach. Back in the day, obviously, he coached in a time where passing was obviously not as big in offenses as we see now, but, man, was he prepared every Friday night with his Golden Lions.
Oh, you're exactly right. You talked to the guys that coached with him and talked about, Coach, you were not going to out-prepare Coach Taylor. There was no way you may get on talent, but you were not going to out-prepare him.
Well, it is no doubt about it, and we think about both those gentlemen. It is senior night. Seniors being recognized here at Crest High Final regular season home game, and we are so great to have you along, our listening audience, listening to the stream tonight of Crest and North Gaston Big South Conference action. When we come back, we're going to break down some other games going on around the area. And, Rob, we'll look back at last Friday night, a game that was close early, and the Chargers really opened it up. We'll talk about that Crest offense. We'll talk about some things on defense, some injuries with the Chargers coming into tonight as well. So we are certainly excited about the countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Ingles Market. Low prices, love the savings, more Crest football coming up right after this, right here on KTC Broadcasting.
Since 1968, Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs has been serving this area with a full line of automotive products, including oils, transmission fluids, antifreeze, filters, chemicals, parts, and supplies for all types of automobiles and trucks, with many brands to choose from. They sell to individuals or wholesale. Just visit the walk-in counter. Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive off Highway 180 south of Shelby. Call 704-487-9395 or visit the website at PutnamDistributors.com. Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs, offering quality automotive parts and supplies for over 50 years.
Come see what they've rounded up at the Roundup store in Shelby. Just arrived a big new shipment of outdoor wooden furniture. See the double rockers, regular rockers, Adirondack chairs, and picnic tables too. The Roundup store has cabinets and vanities, windows and doors, and of course, those famous Roundup storage buildings and gazebos. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at theroundupstoreshelby.com. Serving our area now for over 60 years. Open 8:30 till 5:30 Monday through Friday, 8:30 till noon on Saturday.
Serving the foothills for over 100 years, S&C Fuel Delivery, formerly Lutz Petroleum, is your reliable source for delivery of diesel, gasoline, propane, lubricants, and heating oil, straight to your tank. Pumps are open to the public for fill-up. Delivery available in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. S&C Fuel is locally family-owned and veteran-operated, committed to keeping our community running, trusted by homeowners, farms, and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419. Don't wait. Get an S&R Auto Sales now for your best deal. Buy here, pay here at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. On the lot now, you'll find a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta Sport Wagon for $11,995. Or how about a 2013 Ford F-150 truck for $19,995. And a 2010 Mazda CX-9 for $59,995. To see the complete inventory, go online at SRAutoSales.com. See Susie or Richie today at SNR Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby. Like them on Facebook too. Experience, quality, and guaranteed service. That's what you get from Shelby Transmission Specialists. They do straight drives and automatic transmissions. They can repair and rebuild transmissions, and they sell parts as well. So if you have transmission trouble, see the experts, Hal, Lyle, Billy, and Danielle at Shelby Transmission Specialists, 734 Nally Drive, just off Highway 226 North in Shelby. Call 704-482-8756 for Shelby Transmission Specialists.
Back at Sid Bryson Stadium, Tim Foster, Rob Roop, and also want to say big thanks to Trey Albright, who will be handling all of our stats tonight. Jaden Foster will be throwing us some scores his way. Jaden taking the night off, Paul taking the night off, but it's so good to be with Rob as we get you ready for the countdown to kickoff. Sponsored by Ingles Markets. Low prices, love the savings. 6-1 Crest hosting the 1-7 North Gaston Wildcats. And Rob, last Friday night, Crest went on the road to Hunter Huss and got a very impressive 62-7 win. But I think, one of the interesting things when you look back on that ball game, Rob, last Friday night, we were talking about a 14-7 game with about 4 minutes to go in the first half. Crest scores to go up 21-7, and then they go on to score another 4 touchdowns, Rob, and all of a sudden, in a 3-minute stretch going into the half, it's 48-7. Your thoughts about that game and that big win for the Chargers last week?
That's one of those when you talk about all the pieces falling into place at the right time. That's certainly what happened there for Crest.
Yeah.
Whether it's the defensive side of the ball with the defensive score, the special teams, what you were doing offensively, it just was all clicking at one time. Coach Lloyd had to be pleased watching all facets of the game play that well.
No doubt about that. And, again, we're so great to have you along with our broadcast tonight on ktcbroadcasting.com. And then one of the things you loved in the second half, Rob, got to see a lot of Chargers play in the ball game. The only unfortunate thing, we saw a couple of Chargers deal with injuries, and that included Jason Black, who injured his collarbone. We just saw him on the field a little earlier, had surgery earlier today, as well as Lyric Pettis, and who dealing with a hamstring issue. But, Rob, we're in week 9, and you're going to start seeing these kind of injuries.
Yeah, exactly right, Tim. That's one of the bad things is you are going to have to deal with the injuries. You hope it's something you can work through, and hopefully you can get those guys back. And we'll see, hopefully, that everybody heals up and can get back into this game late in the season.
Yeah, but I think overall when you look back at the ball game and other than the injuries, great night for Eli Hamrick. What a night again, Rob, for Namaje Thompson. Michael Edwards played really well. And then we saw a couple of touchdowns by Brock Melton, the junior. Not only caught a touchdown, came in and ran in that quarterback position. He is really, coming off his injury early in the year, he's starting to look like the Brock that we remembered as a sophomore last year.
Yeah, it's going to be really important to get Brock an integral part of this offense as you continue to move forward. He can definitely be a difference maker in the game.
Well, Rob, let's talk about some other games around the area tonight, and I want to start in the that Southern Piedmont 2A, 3A, 4A conference. And what about Shelby coming off that overtime loss? What a game that was at Lincoln. It really kind of flip things in 3A. Lincoln as high as number 1 in a couple of polls this week, but Shelby back home at Blanton Stadium tonight to host East Gaston.
Yeah, Shelby have no trouble tonight. Like you said, really surprised with Lincoln able to come back and get that victory. A great game between two. You talk about two storied programs. A great game between those two, and then what a performance by the Lincoln Wolves to take care of business.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Tremendous performance. And another game, of course, of interest in that conference tonight. Lincoln, as you just talked about, they lost that opener to Maiden. They've won 7 straight, but they go to 5-2 Stuart Kramer tonight, a game that's on KTCBroadcasting.com.
You know, and give Stuart Kramer a lot of credit. They've really had a much better season, I think, than maybe a lot of us was willing to give them credit for to start the year. And they continue to play well and to be in games they hadn't won. So,
yeah,
good job by the Storm.
Yeah, it really is. And, when we think about, before we talk about some other games in the Big South, let's talk about the opponent for the Chargers tonight, the North Gaston Wildcats. When you think about North Gaston, Rob, this is a team that played Stuart Kramer to only a 34-27 loss early in the year, but they have really struggled offensively over the last month. As a matter of fact, they've been shut out in their last 3 games and losses to Kings Mountain, to Ashbrook, and to South Point. And they've really struggled, other than early in the year in that Kramer game, to score points. And that's going to be one of the challenges for them to have any kind of chance in this game tonight. This offense is going to have to play well.
And Tim, let's think about who wants to have that stretch of games.
Yeah.
Of Kings Mountain, Ashbrook, South Point. You know, you start talking about playing all those teams back to back to back to back. That's tough for a team like North Gaston. I think I was counting numbers before they come out. I think I saw 25 players, I think is what I counted out there. No JV team right now.
Yeah.
For them.
That's right, because Crest did not play them last
JV
night.
Did play last night. They had to shut that down for a little bit. So, a lot of things are against right now, against the Wildcats.
Yes, they are as well. A lot of balloons in the stadium tonight, Rob, as well, here at Sid Bryson Stadium. Let's talk about a few games in the Big South, and we also want to talk a little bit about some games, and we'll start with the Ashbrook Green Wave as they look to try to go to 8-0 with a game tonight, Rob, at Forest View.
Again, a game that I think Ashbrook should definitely win. If again, you don't want to find yourself looking ahead. I think Ashbrook, just like Crest, in the next week's game, is going to be a big one for Ashbrook, but I think they take care of business against Forest View.
I think so as well. Also tonight in Big South Conference action, we want to keep an eye on a big one with the Kings Mountain Mountaineers who lost a tough one last week, Rob, with Ashbrook. What about the Mountaineers tonight as they go to South Point? Didn't get any easier on this Friday night.
Yeah, having to go back-to-back with those two doesn't make it any easier, and really two different styles of play, and Kings Mountain's got to be ready. Again, we talk about, are you a disciplined enough football team? What you have to do defensively against that red bone. Be interested to see if Kings Mountain can match that tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting as well. So a couple of big games, and Rob, of course, everybody's positioning themselves, as we talked about right now, in that RPI. When you think of the playoffs that are just 3 weeks down the road, it's hard to believe we're in week 9, but that is so important as we head down the home stretch.
And like you said, it seems like yesterday the season was getting started, but at this point, and the thing is, I talked to Coach Lloyd about this. Would you like to be a conference champion? Absolutely. You want to be a conference champion, but the crazy thing is you don't have to be the conference champion, be the 1 seed, with it all be just purely based on RPI.
Right.
So, you want to be a conference champion, but that doesn't guarantee you anything now.
No, it doesn't at all. That's going to be the big factor going forward. Well, we are going to take another break in our Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Ingles Markets, and we'll come back, talk about some other games going on, and we'll also talk about state championship sites that have been decided. We'll be back with more Crest Football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Before the big game, head to the Substation 2 for the best subs in town. And they're local folks just like you, serving Shelby and Cleveland County since 1978. The subs are so good at the Substation 2. And now delivery is available by Uber Eats and DoorDash. Just call 704-482-1220. Again, 704-482-1220. From subs to salads and more, it's the Substation 2, 611 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 8:30. That's the Substation 2 in Shelby. Since 1988, the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County, also known as TAC, is the nonprofit agency and operates demand response services for non-emergency medical transportation in this area. It also has a fixed bus route that is provided in the city limits of Shelby, and it is free. For more information, call the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County at 704-482-6465. Again, 704-482-6465. Visit the website at taxshelbync.com. For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County. There might be other Coyote tractor dealers in the area, but there is only one that stands above the rest, and that's Weston Sales in Vail. There's a reason they have been one of the top-selling Coyote tractor dealers in America today. Some reasons could be quality of service, friendly people, and yes, price. They will not be undersold on a new Coyote tractor. There's one waiting for you, Coyote and Weston Sales, synonymous in the tractor industry today. See them at 110 Highway 18 North in Vail. Online at westonsales.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Costner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Costner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Costner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
We're back at Sid Bryson Stadium as we continue with our countdown to kickoff. Brought to you by our great sponsor, Ingles and Ingles Markets. Getting closer to Crest and North Gaston tonight. Tim Foster and Rob Roop with you. Trey Albright will be handling all the stats this evening. And Rob, we're getting closer to kickoff tonight between the Chargers and the North Gaston Wildcats. Let's talk about our Big E. The Big E, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center in Gaffney. They have the game room, laser tag, movies, and more. Our Big E player to watch tonight, Rob, for the Chargers.
You know, it's with some of the injuries Chris is dealing with right now, and one of the guys that we saw early in the year, we expect to see, and he dealt with some injuries early on, but I think can have a big game tonight. I think Malachi Gamble, the junior running back for the Chargers, is going to be really important in tonight's game. Yeah,
I think he certainly will be a big key in tonight's action. We had the national anthem just a little while ago, as we mentioned, senior night here. And, Rob, one of the big things we found out as well this week from the High School Athletic Association was the location of the 2025 state championship games. Of course, 8 state championship games with the 8 classifications, and we found out 4 will be played in Chapel Hill, 2 will be played at Memorial Stadium in Durham. And what about for the first time ever, those 2 at Memorial Stadium in Durham, and for the first time ever, 2 at Lenore-Ryan University in Hickory? Your thoughts about that?
You know, interesting. It's good to see other places around the state getting the opportunity to host some of these games, and so I think it's a really good opportunity for a school like Lenore-Ryan to go out there and let these kids see some of the amenities that Lenore-Ryan offers.
Absolutely. We want to say a big thanks to all of our sponsors of Crest football that we have had all season long, and we hope to continue to have for a long, long stretch. Big thanks to all of those, and we are going to take one final break as the team captains are going to be coming out to midfield to find out who will get tonight's opening kickoff, and we will be just about ready for kickoff. 6-1 Crest hosting the 1-7 North Gaston Wildcats. And this is Crest Football. Great to have you along. We'll be coming back right here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Carolina's complete entertainment center, located at Exit 90 on I-85 near the Gaffney Outlet Marketplace, complete with a large arcade where you can test your skills on some sensational game selections. The Big E also provides an 8-screen premium movie theater featuring new releases, and it's the perfect spot to host a birthday party. There's even a 16-lane bowling center, a snack bar where, man, the pizza's so good, plus laser tag, mini golf, and a massive indoor playland. Find out more at thebigegaffney.com.
Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook too. Your Train dealer for Cleveland County and the surrounding areas is CSI Mechanical. And right now, Train is offering some great fall specials, like up to $600 in rebates for qualified Train air conditioners and furnaces, up to $2,000 on qualified Train heat pumps, and up to $1,200 for other eligible expenses, like electrical upgrades for heat pump installations. Find out more. Call your local Train dealer, CSI Mechanical, 704-600-6267. Online at csimechanical.com, located at 410 South Post Road in Shelby. The service specials in the service department at Marburger Chevrolet have been extended. If you missed out, you've still got time. Check out their Super Saturday Oil Change Special. Regular $79.95 and now $59.95 Saturday mornings only. Also, North Carolina inspections are $10 every day. Looking for a pre-owned vehicle? Prices start at $9,900. And ask about 0% APR financing on new cars, SUVs, and trucks at Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at marburgerchevy.net. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose aquamation over cremation. Aquamation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And aquamation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider aquamation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com, with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Cleveland Funeral Services in Shelby is proud to serve the people of Shelby and the surrounding communities with traditional funerals, memorials, celebrations of life, cremations, prestige collections, and grief counseling services. Managed by veteran Dean Vincent, who is proud to serve our country and proud to serve you in your time of need. Cleveland Funeral Services, 2518 West Dixon Boulevard, Highway 74 West in Shelby. Online at clevelandfuneralservices.com. Why should you buy from Discovery Nissan in Shelby? Well, there's plenty of reasons. First, the selection. Over 200 vehicles in stock. Also a 3-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on new purchases. Conditions apply. Also, the first 2 oil changes are free. And Discovery Nissan is paying a $500 referral fee. Experience the difference at Discovery Nissan, where community commitment and cars come together. 631 South Post Road in Shelby. Online at discoverynissan.com.
Fountain Electric and Services, one team, one goal, providing integrity across the region since 1946 when it comes to residential, commercial, and industrial electrical needs. And listen to this, get your vehicle running right for those road trips at Fountain Auto Tech. They can provide an oil change, tire rotation, brake check, and even a battery test. That way you get your vehicle healthy and tested. You'll leave Fountain Auto Tech with confidence. Learn more at fountainautotech.com and on their Facebook page.
CF Moto is clicking on all cylinders during their clearance sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Law. Get financing as low as 0% and up to $1,500 cash back on CF Moto models. And check out the Suzuki DRZ 4S motorbike with financing at 4.99% for 36 months. And the Yamaha Let's Ride sales event is underway. Get 0% for 60 months or $3,000 customer cash back. Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Law, online at ncfullthrottlepowersports.com. Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Padgett and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
We're getting closer and closer to kickoff. Team captains for both Crest and North Gaston in midfield. Welcome back into Crest Football on KTCBroadcasting.com. Tim Foster in for Paul Foster this week, and the Robster Rob Roop with me in the booth, Trey Albright. And Rob, good to see those senior team captains. Pluto Surratt, one of them out there, along with Eli Black, big number 63. There's Gavin Ledbetter out there, and of course Lyric Pettis, who will not be playing tonight, but it's also always good to see those seniors on senior night.
Absolutely, like we said, give us so much to the program.
Look like the Chargers won the toss, and I believe they're going to get tonight's opening kickoff. Do want to remind you, of course, we are going to be ready to get this game going and head into the first quarter, and of course our quarter sponsors during the evening. Quarter sponsor is Utility Tree Service. We're Chargers, we're better, providing free quotes. Visit their Facebook page at Utility Tree Service. Rob Keys tonight for the Crest Chargers, certainly, no doubt, come in as a favorite. An offense averaging over 43 points a game, but you want to continue to really do what you've done all season, and they played really well since that Weddington loss. So it seemed to be more focused. Me and you've talked about.
Yeah, and I think that's the key tonight is just come out and play focused football and do what you know you need to do the right way, play the right way, get a victory the right way, and get ready for next week.
No doubt about that. One of our great sponsors also for tonight's broadcast is Cleveland Community College. I want to remind you at Cleveland Community College, short-term job training in manufacturing, trades, and healthcare. Start now at clevelandcc.edu. North Gaston has made their way onto the field, and here on senior night, momentarily, the Chargers will be coming out. The fans, you can hear some of our fans getting on their feet, and I tell you, Rob, a beautiful night here in the third week of October for high school football. Good crowd.
Yeah, good crowd tonight for senior night here at Sid Bryson. Absolutely.
And here come the Crest Chargers on to the field. Crest, by the way, Rob, tonight in their green jerseys, they're wearing the white pants with the Charger gold helmets. And I'm not sure we've seen this combination so far in 2025. I see Chris Gunter out there, who had a great game last week, including that interception for a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. And you talk about maybe the heart of the defense. That young man certainly plays that way.
So the Chargers have hit the field here at Sid Bryson Stadium. A lot of folks enjoying senior night, and it was good to see seniors recognized both for the 2025 football squad and our cheerleaders as well. Chargers looking to try to stay unbeaten in Big South Conference play, 6-1 on the season. And really, Rob, as we talked about, they have been very dominant since that loss to Weddington. A lot of talk. I think they had to refocus. We know that was a tough night when Weddington came here back second week of September and won 31-10, but the Chargers have been pretty dominant since then.
And, Tim, you got to think, too, after you play a team like Weddington, you get out on the field again against a different team, it feels different. Hey, wait a minute, this team can't do what that team could do, but I can do things they can't do. So I think that makes a difference as well.
We're ready for our Jammin' J's Pizza Factory kickoff. All-you-can-eat pizza buffet, a great family atmosphere. Jeff Walker and all the staff at Jammin' J's Pizza Factory. The North Gaston Wildcats in their white jerseys tonight, white pants. They've got the black and gold numerals. We are almost ready for action here from Sid Bryson Stadium. Jaden Frangillo, the freshman, will be kicking off for the Wildcats. Crest won the toss, elected to receive. And we are ready to go, as just waiting on the official's whistle. Couple of return men back for the Chargers, include Michael Edwards. Here is Frangillo. He kicks a short kick, and it is picked up around the 25, 30, 35, 40. Edwards still on his feet. He's trying to cut back to the 40, still on his feet. 45, cutting back. Now he's kind of cut across, and Edwards putting on a show as he's going to the left side of the field to midfield. 45, 40, 35, 30, 25. 10-5, and he will score. It may be coming back. We've got a flag, but what a run for Mike Edwards, but it kind of took too long, Rob, and here comes the flag.
I tell you what, you just could tell when Mike got his hands on the ball, you could just start seeing where the lanes were going to form. Did a great job of cutting back across the field with the football, but they said, here come the flags.
We've got a CSI mechanical penalty flag. Shelby's family-owned full-service heating, air conditioning, and commercial refrigeration business. It was thrown, Rob, around the 31 of North Gaston. The good news, much like last week, great starting field position. That's been one of the stories. What about Crest's starting field position over the last month of the season? And they've done a lot of that with a really good special team.
That's exactly right, Tim. You talk about it, where you're starting and where your opponent started. You put those two things together with the way Crest is able to kick the ball off now, forcing teams to go deep in their own territory, and you're starting inside their territory. That's great stuff.
Well, we were hoping we'd have about a 73-yard Michael Edwards kick return to start the game, but a penalty flag thrown, and Crest will start 1st and 10 at the North Gaston 41-yard line with Eli Hamrick, who has had a tremendous senior season. Malachi Gamble in the backfield. As we mentioned, Jason Black going to be out for a good month or so with his injury. Hamrick looking to throw downfield. He's got a man wide open if he gets there, and he does. Touchdown, 41 yards from Hamrick to Namaje Thompson. And not only was it a great pass, but Rob Thompson beat the defender for the Wolfman Woods Golf Club, touchdown.
What a great job there. Again, you go to Namaje Thompson, your top receiver right there, first play of the game. Way to start for the Chargers.
Didn't take long, one play for the Crest Chargers on the Wolfman Woods Golf Club touchdown, and let's see if Carson Greer can add the extra point. There's the snap. Kick is up, and it is perfect. Providing electrical services and contracting across the region on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. It's Crest 7, North Gaston nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
A small college town could be right for you. Gardner-Webb University is a private Christian liberal arts university in Boiling Springs that was founded in 1905. Whether you're graduating high school, transferring universities, pursuing an advanced degree, or returning to the classroom as an adult, Gardner-Webb has over 80 majors awaiting you. Become a part of Bulldog Nation. More at gardner-webb.edu. Make sure to catch a home-running Bulldogs football game through November 22nd.
Well, it didn't take the Crest Chargers very long. One play as we look back a little bit here, Rob, at our scoring recap. Of course, by Lutbert's Pizza, all pieces are made fresh on our signature Southern style. Fresh pizza dough, 41-yard touchdown pass from Hamrick to Thompson. 7-0 Crest lead after Crest had taken the open kickoff for the end zone, into the end zone, but of course that was called back due to penalty. Another Jamie J's Pizza Factory kickoff by Carson Greer, and it is going to head to the end zone. And Rob, you talking about maybe a candidate for one of the most improved players in 2025 would be Carson Greer. What a year he's having.
I just don't have enough good words to say about what that young man did this offseason to really make himself that much better of a player. I know he dealt with some injuries last year, but still he has really dedicated the time and effort in becoming a better kicker. What a job he's done for Crest.
He really has, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, their first offensive possession of the night, down 7-0. Now on our Fountain Electric scoreboard, and they are going to be in the shotgun. I believe this is Cameron, the quarterback. Man in motion. He's got 2 receivers. Cameron still went down to 3 on the play clock. 2, he gets a snap. He's going to hand it off, and it is going to go absolutely nowhere. It was actually Keyshawn Wright, the senior, playing quarterback. And, Rob, that Crest defense, a lot of green jerseys all over that running back.
And, Tim, that's one thing we talked about, the way this defense has been playing lately. You've seen a lot of that out of this defense, a lot of jerseys getting to the football.
You really have. And, you know, one of the things we talked about tonight, would the Chargers be looking ahead to that huge matchup next Friday night? Good start so far
Absolutely.
for Crest. Loss of, almost 8 or 9. They're going to spot it all the way back to the 12, where it is 2nd and 18 for the Wildcats. Keyshawn Wright in the shotgun, 3 receivers. Wright gets a snap. He's going to hand it off, and again, not much doing that time for the Wildcats. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Several Chargers in there to make the tackle, including Fuller. It looked like that time it was the running back, Keldon Williams. It was hit at the line of scrimmage, so not where you want to be here if you're the Wildcats. At your own 11, 3rd and 19. They're going to have to get across the 30 to get that first down. Wright in the shotgun. 1 back, 2 receivers. Wright's going to throw it, and he overthrows his intended receiver who was trying to run a little slant. That was Josiah Smith, and it will be quickly 3 and out, and here comes the punting unit for the Wildcats.
Having to punt out of your own end zone here could make it very interesting again with this great return team game Crest has as well.
We've talked about one of the reasons that the Chargers, a lot of people believe, can go deep, and it's because they're really good in all 3 facets of the game this year.
Absolutely.
You know, they've really struggled. We've talked about that on special teams over the last couple years, but they have been so solid this year. Thompson, and as the punt comes, and it is blocked. It's going to go straight up in the air. It's going to roll, and North Gaston needs to get on it, and Rob, they are going to spot it inside the 15. So for the 2nd consecutive week, a Crest Charger gets his hand on a punt, and you're talking about already up 7-0. This kind of field position, not the start you wanted for the Wildcats.
And like you said again, getting it done in all facets of the game.
Absolutely. So the Crest offense set up well. 1st and 10 at the North Gaston 14-yard line. North Gaston still running some players on the field. Eli Hamrick in the shotgun. He's got 1 back, 3 receivers. Here is Gamble, who's going to cut inside. He's to the 10, still on his feet. He's going to be all the way inside the 5. Nice gain of about 7, maybe 8 for Malachi Gamble, who, of course, as we talked about, was our Big E player to watch tonight for the Chargers. 2nd down and a couple from around the 2. Here's Gamble again, going to cut inside, and he is in the end zone quickly. Another Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown. Come play on 100 acres of woods with 2 18-hole courses at the Wolfman Woods. And Robbie didn't take long on that possession.
Good job by the offensive line to open those holes up for Gamble to get into the end zone off 2 carries.
Here's Carson Greer to try to extend this one quickly to a 14-0 lead. There's a snap. Kick is up, and it is perfect. Kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric's Fountain Auto. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's now Crest 14, North Gaston nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutters? Look no further than Gutter Guys. Gutter Guys provides complete gutter and roofing solutions in our entire area, and even in Columbia, South Carolina. With over 22 years experience, Gutter Guys specializes in metal and shingle roofing, seamless gutters, and copper works. If your roof and gutters need some attention, Gutter Guys is here to help you. No job is too big or too small. So give them a call today at 704-879-4384 for Gutter Guys. Serving the Carolinas since 2003.
Help! Help! He's back in town!
Yeah, I'm back in town, and this town is going down. It's me, Clint Eatswood, and I can't be stopped. I eat all the wood I see, and there's nothing you can do.
Someone call H&H Pest Control. They'll stop Clint Eatswood.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Stop Clint Eatswood before he destroys your home. Call H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing at 704-482-2847. Online at hhpci.com.
Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff. Carson Greer sends it right through the end zone once again. Crest now 14-0 lead. And as we look back, Rob, on our scoring recap, sponsored by Lovebirds Pizza, it didn't take long, just 2 plays, 14 yards for Malachi Gamble to get into the end zone.
Yeah, good to see Malachi getting those carries and taking advantage of opportunity to be back out there in that starting lineup.
So the Wildcats already down 14-0 at the 9:20 mark of the first quarter. Come back out. And, of course, they have Keyshawn Wright in the shotgun. This time he's got 2 receivers to the left. Wright's going to try to throw it. And now he's going to keep it. He's got a little bit of room to run, but not much as it closes up quick. He might have got a yard. Chris Gunter in there to make the tackle. As I thought he did. Robbie Gunter got in there so quick he lost a yard.
And had a good job of hanging on to the football as well.
Burns leading Cherryville early 7-0. That was another game, Rob, that we didn't mention in our pregame. Burns a big favorite, I would think, tonight.
Yeah, I believe so.
The 2nd and 12, a loss of a couple for the Wildcats as the 5'10 senior Keyshawn Wright kept the ball and went down. 2nd and 12. The ball's going to be spotted at the 18 of North Gaston. Here's the snap. Wright's looking to throw it. Under pressure, goes downfield. He's got a man, and it was in his hands. Good coverage downfield. Looked like Javion Hopper was right there, but that was not a bad pass.
Yeah, man, not bad at all. Good coverage by Crest downfield, but it nearly got him out there to his receivers. So something you want to build on if you're North Gaston.
So it is 3rd and 12 now. And we haven't had much time to mention our first down sponsor, Meat Pablitos, because the Chargers, Rob, have been scoring so quick. They haven't really needed first downs. 3rd and 12 for the Wildcats. Again, 1 man in the back, but 3 receivers for North Gaston. Wright's going to try to keep it. He's got room to run, still got room to run. He is going to get a nice gain. And he will get our first Me Pablito's first down of the night. Friday Night Lights, football fans, and Me Pablito. Now that is certainly a winning combo. Great run that time by Wright.
Yeah, good run. They are able to pull it and bring it here to the left side and get that first down for the Wildcats.
Broke a tackle and got some positive yards. The first positive yards of this first quarter for North Gaston. We mentioned they come in 1-7. The Wildcats do. Their one victory was the opener against East Gaston. So they come in on that 7-game losing streak. And they have had, as Rob mentioned in our pregame, a brutal stretch of a schedule here recently. You're going to spot it at the 31, 1st and 10. Here is a handoff, and Chargers all over the place as they went that time, Rob.
Chris nearly took the handoff for him.
Kyon Cameron got it, but I think as soon as he got it, there were about 3 green jerseys in the backfield.
Standing there waiting on him.
Yeah, there were Chargers everywhere. Good linebacker play. A couple of guys that were Crest players that were in there, including Navaje Guess was one of the Chargers in there. (14-0) Ashbrook in the first quarter. 7 minutes to go over Forest View. No surprise there. 3rd and 15, ball all the way back to the Wildcat 25. Wright's looking to throw it, and he is going to be brought down this time. The sack by big number 64, Cameron Fuller. And boy, Rob, it looked like Wright had a hole initially, but Fuller closed that up to get the sack. And now again, not where you want to be if you're North Gaston.
Again, way behind the chains here for the Wildcats.
They are, the ball, which was across the 30, is now all the way back to their 19-yard line. And it is 3rd and 23 from that point, and you certainly cannot start your first 2 possessions if you're North Gaston in 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20-something in this scenario. Right in the shotgun. He's going to go back to pass. He's trying to set up a screen, and it's picked off. Picked off at the 10, and again, that's Chris Gunter. He read that the whole way, Rob, and we have got a big turnover, and the Crest is going to have a 1st and goal. And what about Gunter these last couple of weeks?
I tell you what, the man is sniffing out the football right now.
Got Chris Gunter, and there were there was a North Gaston receiver who initially had it, Rob, and he just ripped it out of his hands and took it down inside or around the 10 where it'll be 1st and goal, and a big turnover. Look at, and what about this starting field position in the first quarter for the Chargers?
Well, I tell you what, you couldn't ask for a much better start. So I would have a North Gaston player down, I think, for the Wildcats.
We do have an injured North Gaston player, as we have not seen but just a few CSI Mechanical penalty flags. And several people looking at the injured Wildcat, and we'll take a break here. Crest in control early at the 6:10 mark, leading 14-0. And we're back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Yes, Cleveland and Rutherford counties, there's a mobile home supply store here for you. That's H&M Industries between Shelby and Forest City, right off Highway 74 West. No matter what you need, mobile home doors, windows, tubs, showers, roofing, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, hardware, and more. Anything. See H&M Industries for your mobile home supplies. Located at 3931 Sunset Boulevard, Shelby, off Highway 74 West. Online at hmiindustries.com. Call 704-434-9900. Like them on Facebook, too.
That was the quarterback who was the injured Wildcat, Keyshawn Wright. He was able to get up on his feet and get to the sideline. Crest, after the interception, is going to have it 1st and goal at the 10. They started their first possession at the North Gaston 40, the second one at the 14, and here they are right in position again to try to add to this 14-0 lead on our Fountain Electric scoreboard. Eli Hamrick still waiting for the signal from our officiating crew to resume play. Got 4 receivers. Gamble, as we mentioned, in the backfield. There's Hamrick. He's going to go to Edwards, who's to the 5, and he is quickly into the end zone for another Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown. Crest, Rob, has ran 4 plays, and they've got 20 points, if I believe I'm right, maybe 5.
Unbelievable, TM. Like you said, I mean, efficient right now with the football.
Just like that, it's 20-0 Crest, 6:05 to go first quarter. And it is time again for Carson Greer to try to add to this lead. Here's the snap. Kick is up, and it is perfect. Be ready when the next big storm hits with proper lighting and surge protection by Fountain Electric. It's now Crest 21, North Gaston nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
To get that high grass cut down, you need an attack cat. Like a new Bobcat mower from Hojo Outdoor Power in Shelby. Jump on that grass with a new Bobcat. Come check out their line of Bobcat zero-turn mowers with financing at 0% for up to 48 months. There's nothing like a Bobcat. From Hojo Outdoor Power, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
Go! We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales Event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com.
Well, it's happening quickly. Another Jamie J's Pizza Factory kickoff. Crest up 21-0 after the last score. Hamrick to Edwards. This ball is going to be taken around the 1. It will be returned to the 1, up to the 10, and still on his feet. He's going to be down around the 15 as the return man for North Gaston. The Crest Chargers, a big story. They ran 5 plays, and they have already put up, Rob Roop, 21 points, this 21-0 lead.
You know, the stats going to look awful funny right now with how few yards they have. They already had 21 points.
Give you a couple scoreboard scoring updates. Burns leads Cherryville 14-0. Rob, we didn't talk about this huge game in the region tonight, and we've already got a score. Big thanks to our statistician, Trey Albright. Hickory already up 14-0 on East Lincoln.
Wow.
That is a huge game RPI-wise.
Yeah, big one, big game.
Unbeaten East Lincoln, by the way. Hickory, their only loss, of course, was the opener to start the season in Belmont, a 2-point loss to South Point. North Gaston, 1st and 10 from their own 15. Wright's back out there after he got injured, I believe, on that last play. And they're going to try inside handoff, and guess what, Rob? It's going to go nowhere. And the problem is, fast as Crest is scoring, you need a couple of first downs just to keep your defense off the field.
Yeah, absolutely right. Right now, North Gaston just needs to find a way to eat clock.
Of course, so we're in the first quarter, and our quarter sponsor all season long, Utility Tree Service. We're Chargers, we're better, providing free quotes. Visit their Facebook page for more information. Great to have you along tonight for the broadcast of Crest football on KTCBroadcasting.com. Tim Foster, Rob Roop with you. Trey Albright, Jaden Foster not here with us tonight, but giving us scores. Paul Foster taking the night off as well. 2nd and 15. Ball's going to be back around they're going to spot at the 11. Wright's going to go downfield. He's got a man open, and it's picked off. We've also got a flag as Pluto Surratt picked it off. But, Rob, I think they're going to get pass interference. We saw a CSI Mechanical penalty flag come out.
Yeah, quick with the flag there and see what the call is. Don't forget, too, Tim, R.J. Roop with highlights if you want to check the red zone.
That's right. Yeah, big thanks to R.J. Roop. Thank you, Rob. Don't want to forget about the great job that Mr. R.J. Roop does, and it will be pass interference that will move this ball into, I believe, they'll get a first down out of this. They will. That will be a big first down. Pueblito's first down for North Gaston. After the pass interference, they'll spot it at the North Gaston 26-yard line. Again, in the shotgun is Wright with 2 backs this time, 2 receivers. Wright's going to get the snap, and again, going nowhere. This Crest defensive line all over the place. Ball came out, but the whistle had already been blown. At that time, Rob, again, they tried to go to number 10, Kyon Cameron, the sophomore.
Yeah, we talked about that first down. I believe that was North Gaston's 2nd first down. They have more first downs than Crest. They just beat 21-0.
The unfortunate part is, they do have, Crest does not have any first downs because they have scored so quickly in this ball game. They've only run 5 plays, ladies and gentlemen, offensively, and they've got 21 points. But they're going to lose 3 yards, and it will be back to the Wildcat 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, 2 backs, 2 receivers. K-Shot Rod, it's a high snap, and he's in trouble. Now he's going to try to get on the outside, and nothing but green jerseys. They're going to push him back. We mentioned Crest in their green jerseys tonight, white pants, and, of course, the Charger gold helmets. Shelby leading East Gaston late first quarter, 14-0. No surprise there. Of course, Shelby, Rob, will end the regular season with 2 home games. That game's at East Gaston tonight. Of course, that'll be Bessemer City, and then a big one with Burns in 2 weeks.
That's right.
So it's going to be 3rd and long, and this has been a familiar story in the first quarter for this North Gaston offense. They're going to spot it at the 22-yard line. It's 2nd and 14. 3rd and 14, excuse me. A long way to go here for the Wildcats, as they are back in the shotgun, and North Gaston is going to call a timeout, and we're going to keep it here at this time, Rob. during the timeout, and we're going to talk a little bit about one of our great sponsors, the Depot Cafe. It's worth a stop in Lattimore for the incredible homemade food at the Depot. The Depot now serves dinner Monday through Thursdays until 7 p.m. with steak, fresh seafood, great sides, and much more. The Depot still offers lunch Monday through Friday and Sundays too from 10:30 until 2. They also provide takeout. Call 704-434-5200 and place your order for pickup. Having a special event, they even provide catering. Of course, they're located at 202 Price Street in the heart of Lattimore. That is the Depot Cafe, one of our great sponsors of Crest High football. We mentioned back to that East Lincoln Hickory game. That is a big one for the conference championship, most likely. And, there's been a lot of talk about that East Lincoln offense, how good they've been. But, Rob, when you looked at that matchup tonight, you wondered, has Hickory maybe played a little bit of a tougher schedule, though, going into tonight?
I think absolutely. I think Hickory with the more battle-tested team of the two. And Hickory, we know they graduated a lot of kids from last year, but returned a lot of talent from last season's teams as well. So, but a big game between those two squads.
So North Gaston at the 3:19 mark of the first quarter, coming out of the timeout, looking at a 3rd and 14 from their own 22-yard line. Keyshawn Wright is again in the shotgun with two backs, two receivers. He gets the snap. He's still looking. It's going to go downfield and overthrew his intended receiver. Good coverage that time by several Chargers, but Donovan Walton, Donovan's another young man who's had a great year. And, again, look where you're punting from here, Rob. Already down 21-0. This has been the story. This really goes back to last week, the field position battle. When this offense is explosive as it is, Rob, we mentioned 43 points a game. When you are continuing to get the ball on the opposing team side of the field over and over, good things are going to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, when I got a couple of return guys like Thompson and Edwards, or if I decide I want to put Brock Melton out there, that's good stuff.
Jaden Frangrello gets a snap, and the Crest is coming again, and this time he is hit, and there's a flag, and Thompson is to the 30, 25, 20. He will go into the end zone, I believe, or maybe out inside the 1. I still haven't seen him make a decision, but it won't matter because the punter was hit on the punt. Of course, that was a biggie punt of the pigskin, and it's going to lead to very possibly a first down here for North Gaston. Looked like Chris Gunter may have gotten Frangrello from the side as he was trying to block that kick. And I believe we got a player down, Rob.
I think it's maybe another North Gaston player down.
So we got a lot here to figure out. We've got penalty. We saw Thompson, I believe, take it to the house. If not, he was out around the 1, but it'll be negated by the penalty. And good to see the injured North Gaston Wildcat on his feet. That is Waylon Biddy, the sophomore, who is slowly coming over to the sideline. Personal foul, roughing the kicker against the Chargers. And will this be enough for a first down, Rob? Or is it an automatic first down in this case? I'm not sure if it will be. We'll see. Remember, they were looking at a 4th and 14. There might have been maybe enough for, or is it going to be? It's right at the marker, I believe.
It's right at the marker.
It's going to be enough for a first down. Yeah, I think they needed 14. They got 15, obviously, on the personal foul, and so the ball will be spotted at the 36. So really, in this first quarter, the Wildcats have been moving the ball off Crest penalties for the most part.
Absolutely.
So the offense back on the field for North Gaston. 2 receivers. Here's a handoff on the right side, trying to go on the right side, and it'll go nowhere either. Crest Chargers everywhere to make the tackle.
Again, just a lot of green jerseys out there.
Yeah, I was trying to go to Brown, the running back, and now we have got another stoppage of play, and the Crest Chargers are going to call a timeout. We'll take it, and we'll be back with more Crest football right here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
It's tailgate season, football fans, and at Ingles, that means it's grilling season. I mean, the grill is basically shaped like a stadium. A meat stadium. Those grill grates, kind of like yard markers. The sizzle of those delicious steaks, burgers, and dogs. The roar of the crowd. So, who's hungry for some good old-fashioned tailgate food? And a hometown victory? I know I am. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Escape the elements and get back to comfortable with James River Equipment's Back to Cool special. Step inside a John Deere 3R, 4R, or 5E 3-cylinder tractor and enjoy the ultimate operator experience. The premium cab keeps you out of the dust, dirt, and bugs, while air ride seats and quiet climate-controlled interior lets you focus on getting more done. With up to $5,000 off and 0% financing for 72 months, there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. James River delivers. Ends 9/26/25 with approved credit from John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
James River Equipment Company.
Back at Sid Bryson Stadium, North Gaston looking at a second 15 ball around their 30-yard line, and the ball, the handoff, it was bobbled initially, but the handoff, and again, Rob, Crest Chargers everywhere, going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just nowhere to go with the football for North Gaston.
This drive continued on after a Crest Charger ran into the kicker on the punt. But a couple of nice defensive stops, and it is 3rd and 16 from the North Gaston 30 as they get the play call and come back on the field. Crest in control, 21-0 on our Fountain Electric scoreboard, getting down to the 2-minute mark of this first quarter of play. Kayshad Wright, the senior quarterback, going to throw it downfield, and he has a receiver, and I believe he may have caught it, but only for about 2 or 3 yards that time as Donovan Tom made the catch, but it is 4th and about 13, maybe 14, and here comes the punting unit again. The only good news there is you might be able, if you can get a decent punt here, Rob, to back the Chargers up a little bit.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of speed on that return game. When you're talking about Pluto Surratt back there, Michael Edwards, a couple of the return men. Here comes the snap, and it's high, and the punter's going to have to get it out of there, and it doesn't go far. Let's see if it takes a North Gaston roll. And again, Rob, Crest will be starting in North Gaston territory at the 47. This was the worst starting field position. That tells you how good it's been for the Chargers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 1st and 10 for the Chargers. They're going to spot it at the North Gaston 48-yard line. Crest has scored, as we mentioned, only on 5 plays, 3 touchdowns already. Eli Hamrick with 3 receivers in the shotgun. Hamrick on a reverse. Here's Brock Melton going to try to get on the outside. He is to midfield, still on his feet, to the 45 and 40, and takes a shot way out of bounds. And here comes a penalty. And Rob, you got to be careful over there for your Chargers, but you cannot hit a player that far. That was a good, 5 yards out of bounds?
It was, yeah, absolutely.
Good news, everybody is okay, I believe, but this should be 15-yard penalty. All the Wildcats, this, no doubt about it, is a CSI Mechanical penalty flag on North Gaston. This will move it inside the 30 up near the North Gaston 25-yard line. Second quarter score, Rob. The South Point Red Raiders have just put points on the board, went for 2, and got it. They lead Kings Mountain 8-0.
Wow.
Big game for the Mountaineers tonight.
Absolutely.
So after the personal foul, Crest will have it 1st and 10 at the North Gaston 25. After Brock Melton had a nice run of about 12 yards, then he was hit way out of bounds. 3 receivers, Gamble in the backfield with Hamrick in the shotgun. Hamrick right over the middle. He's got Romeo Sanders wide open, and he heads into the end zone for another Wolfman Woods disc golf club touchdown. And Sanders, Rob, was wide open in the middle of the field.
Yeah, good play there. Again, a guy that kind of gets forgotten about in this offense, but is always there when they need to go to him.
So many weapons, 7 plays, Rob, Crest has run, and they have 27 points.
Wow.
Carson Greer to try to add to this lead after the big touchdown pass, Hamrick's second of the night, and it is going to be perfect for Carson Greer, providing electrical services and contracting across the region on the Found Electric scoreboard. It's Crest 28, North Gaston nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
Shelby. The Drive into Fall event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby, putting performance in your hands. Just announced, finance and get 0% APR for 72 months or $7,750 retail cash allowance toward the purchase of a brand new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona. For details, see Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby during the Drive into Fall event.
Who's the full-service insurance agency that can process all types of insurance? The answer, Max O.B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They represent over 20 major insurance carriers, quality and top names like Auto Owners, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Liberty Mutual, and Travelers. Max O.B. Hamrick, dedicated to its customers just like they've been since the 1950s, and also dedicated to Cleveland County high school football. Offices in Shelby and Boiling Springs. Manager Bill Daves invites you by.
Back at Sid Bryson Stadium, Tim Foster, Rob Roof, Trey Albright. Big thanks to Jaden Foster for getting us some scores in tonight as well. And we were having another Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff, but Rob, looked like Chargers may have been off sides. Is that right?
Yeah, go a little anxious to get downfield.
The Crest Chargers have had 4 possessions. They ran 7 plays, and they lead, ladies and gentlemen, 28-0. As you mentioned, they came in averaging a little over 43 points a game, and I tell you, Rob, when you look at that schedule, you know, for some teams, Crest through 8 games, 8th game of the year, they've played already a brutal schedule, and it only gets tougher going forward. That's right. A pretty remarkable thing, but this is a battle-tested team, and they've come out. Again, we talked about it. Would they be focused coming out tonight, not looking ahead, and they have been so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're ready for another Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff. Of course, all-you-can-eat pizza buffet, a great family atmosphere with Jeff Walker, Mama Jay, and the whole staff at Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory. So many great pizzas there as Carson Greer kicks it off, and it's going to roll right into the end zone, and that might have been a smart move just to let it roll into the end zone. Yeah. But we start from the 20. Senior night here at Crest High, final regular season home game of this 2025 season. Shelby now leading East Gaston 21-0. Have to wonder, Rob, as good as that Shelby-Lincoln game was in conference play last Friday night, will we see part 2 of that one down the road?
It's a possibility, yes, sir.
So here comes North Gaston. Still 50 seconds to go in this first quarter of play, down 28-0. And the shotgun. Right with, this time, 3 receivers. It's like his running back was moving a little bit. Now he's trying to get on the outside. Got a little room, but it got closed up quick. And that's the thing about you talk about the speed of this defense, right? It looks like these backs for North Gaston have room, and boy, does it close down quick.
You know, that's what impressed me going back to the South Point game, Tim. Crest took the pitch play basically away from South Point.
Yeah.
They had no pitch play to run at all.
Yeah, that's something you don't see too many teams able to do.
Right.
They did a tremendous job of that. And I tell you, Rob, that South Point team, we talked about the early 8-0 lead, but that team is going to be very dangerous come November.
Oh, yeah, we've seen them before like that.
Loss of 3, and that's been the story for North Gaston. Let's see if they even run another play as we're down to 7 seconds and counting down. They do run a play up the middle and not for much. And the first quarter will end with the Wildcats, much as we've seen most of the game, in 3rd and long. All Crest on our Fountain Electric scoreboard is Crest 28-0 after the first quarter. More Crest football on KTCBroadcasting.com right after this.
Big game, big appetite. Swing by Meat Pablito for the ultimate victory. From sizzling fajitas to over 100 mouth-watering dishes, we've got you covered no matter your craving. How about fried ice cream, brownies, and funnel cake fries that will score big with your sweet tooth? Come see us in Uptown Shelby or order ahead at meatpubs.com. Stay connected on Facebook and Instagram at Meat Pablito Mex, because good food is always worth cheering for.
You guys having a party too?
Yeah, just having some friends over for the game. Is that safe?
More plugs, more power.
You're all ready for the game. 4 new outlets, all with USB, and the projector's hooked up to a new dedicated line.
Oh, heck no.
He likes to do it all himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's Bob Malarkey.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Welcome back into Crest football as we head to our utility tree service second quarter. Crest up 28-0, and North Gaston, as we start the second quarter, will be looking at a third and very long, a 3rd and 18. And every one of their possessions, Rob, they have had a 3rd and 15-plus play, and not where you want to be offensively.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crest has scored on all 4 possessions when we look at our scoring recap by Lovebird's Pizza, another one of our great sponsors. The biggest challenge for me and Rob tonight, Rob, are the balloons.
Yeah.
To be able to see the field.
See through them.
In the shotgun is Keyshawn Wright for North Gaston. Wright's going to go back to throw. It goes straight up in the air, and we may get past interference, and we're going to. That was one of those plays, Rob, where he just threw it to a spot, but good job because the receiver got himself in position and led to the pass interference.
Yeah, you have to get where you need to be, and then Crest finds us just grabbing for a guy.
Absolutely. 14-6 now Ashbrook, Rob, with 5 minutes to go first half.
Wow.
Interesting score there and at Forest View is the Jaguars trying to hang around. This is not going to be enough this time, I don't believe, for a first down, though, is it, Rob? I think he's going to be, a couple of yards short. Actually, about 4 yards. So they'll be spotted at the 27, and it's going to be 3rd and 4 after the penalty. That was a CSI mechanical penalty flag on the Chargers. And they have had a few penalties in the ball game. So 3rd and 4 now. And the Wildcats again with number 1, Keyshawn Wright, number 1 on his jersey, as I am referring to, with 4 receivers this time, trying to spread the Chargers out. Wright gets a high snap, and he's going to go on the outside. He's got a little bit of room, but it closed up quick, and I don't think he got more than maybe a yard out of that. And again, Rob, boy, did that hole close quick. A lot of Crest jerseys on that defensive line.
Great pursuit again by the defense.
It's 4th and 3, and looks like the punting unit is going to come out. Would you think about going for it here, Rob, and in your mind down 4 scores?
Well, you can try anything right now. But
I'm not. I can tell you didn't have a lot of confidence in it either way, but yeah. Jaden Frangulo to punt, which he has done. There's a fake. They're going to try to fake it, and it's going to work. Great play call by North Gaston as they will run the fake. And so we said, do you go for it? Do you punt? No, you fake it. And it went to the up man on the snap and going to get all the way up to the North Gaston 40. And that fooled everybody, including the Chargers. Great play call there, Rob.
Yeah, good play call there. And like I said, kind of get Chris sleeping there a little bit there.
So the Wildcats go into their bag of tricks. And on a fake punt, we've seen the punter get ran into, and this time we saw a little fake that works, and they will start 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Four receivers for the Wildcats. Here is the handoff, and maybe a yard this time, and that's going to be number 10. Kyon Cameron again, the sophomore. I think they're going to spot him back at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10. At halftime tonight, Rob, one thing we haven't mentioned is they will be honoring the 2015 state championship game here.
That's right.
State championship team, I should say, as December will be a decade since that state championship victory for the Chargers in Chapel Hill. And we'll talk more about that great team, the last state championship for the Chargers back in 2015. Right back to throw. He's going to go downfield and overthrew his intended receiver. Good coverage that time by the Chargers. Donovan Walton, who's had a solid game. And it will be 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Chargers have scored, Rob, already 5 times this year, 40 or more points in a game.
That's
and we could be headed for that for a 6th here tonight. So 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. This time a tighter formation with 2 receivers. Going to go on the outside. Got a little room, but it closed up quick and maybe a half a yard, and it will be 4th and 10. And let's see, I believe the punting unit, I think, will come out, but we'll see here. No sign of that yet, Rob. So they're going to keep the offense on the field. Chargers are having to make some adjustments as, well, I tell you, when you're down 28-0, you got to take some chances here, and that's what they're going to do from their own 40. So 4th and 10 here for North Gaston. 3 receivers this time, and they're going to try to go back. He's going to go downfield, and he had a receiver, but he underthrew him, and the Chargers will take over. He was looking for Josiah Smith, and Smith was there, but it looked like he kind of ran a little different route from where that ball ended up.
Yeah, and that been a little underthrown to him. Nearly picked off by the Crest defender.
So the Chargers, after North Gaston took a shot, they faked the punt, got the first down. This time they went for it on 4th down, not able to do it. So turnover on downs, and this Crest offense will be back on the field. They have scored on all 4 of their possessions in this first half. Eli Hamrick in the shotgun with 3 receivers. Hamrick going to give it to Michael Edwards. Edwards to the 35. He's to the 30, 20, 10, 5, and he is into the end zone for another Wolfman Woods This golf club touchdown, Mike Edwards. Grab your disc, bring your friends, and meet me in the woods. Wolfman Woods, 34-0, and Edwards, Rob, made it look easy there.
Yeah, I just say, simple handoff here to the left side, good blocking down the field. And he took it to the house for the score.
And the Chargers with an extra point here. We're going to have a running clock if Greer can make it 35-0. There's a snap. Kick is up, and it is perfect. Be ready when the next big storm hits with proper lighting and surge protection by Fountain Electric. It's now Crest 35-0 over North Gaston, and we'll be coming back right here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby.
Some people say there are doers and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain.
Another Jam and J's Pizza Factory kickoff as Carson Greer gets it into the end zone. And the big story, if you are just joining our streaming broadcast tonight, the Crest Chargers leading 35-0 on our Fountain Electric scoreboard. And, Rob, they have put up 35 points and 15 minutes of actual gameplay.
I believe they've run 7 plays in this game.
Maybe 9, I think. And when we look on that scoring recap, of course, by Lovebirds Pizza, our sponsor for our scoring recap all year, Mike Edwards took it to the house 40 yards on the ground.
Yeah, just to give a playmaker the football and see what he can do with it.
So we're going to have a running clock, I think, Rob, that is not running at this point. But is that just starting the second half?
I honestly don't
I've
know.
I've got it. You know, it changed during the offseason. Yeah. We need the handbook, I believe, tonight. Right in the shotgun for North Gaston with 3 receivers. Wright's going to go to the outside and incomplete. Good coverage. And lucky that one, again, wasn't picked up. Their green jerseys all over the place, Rob, defensively right now.
Yep.
28-0, Shelby leading East Gaston. That is a late first half score at Blanton Stadium. Shelby looking to go to 5-3 with a victory tonight on the season. North Gaston just a couple of first downs so far in this first half. 2nd and 10, 4 receivers this time. Wright's in the shotgun, looking to throw it. He's just going to throw it in the air, but wait a minute, we had a stoppage of play. A penalty, I see Rob all the way on the other side of the field. And we got a false start on North Gaston that'll move it back 5 yards. And that has really been the story of the whole night for these guys, for their offense, I should say, offensively.
Yeah, having to play way behind the chains a lot of the game.
Coming up during our Gardner-Webb University halftime show, we'll have first half stats. We will talk about this 2015 Crest High School State Championship football team that will be honored at halftime tonight. Look back at some of our memories from that season. And we'll be giving you some other scores around the area. 2nd and 15, ball at the Wildcat 15-yard line. Right in the shotgun. This time he's going to hand it off and nowhere to go again. And again, you know, one thing that we talked about in our pregame, Rob Roop, was the fact that North Gaston had been shut out the last 3 weeks, and you're really seeing the struggles they've had. They really, you know, early in the year they were able to move the ball, but it seems like the last couple of weeks struggles, and opposition has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, and that, and you wonder too, you know, what is their injury situation? You know, knowing they could have shut down their JV team and everything, you know, they may have lost some of those guys. You just don't know.
That's a great point, Rob. It certainly could have a factor. Got to have a factor, I would say, actually. 3rd and 15 now for the Wildcats. Here's a snap, trying to go quick this time, trying to roll on the outside, going to go downfield, and it is incomplete. As the sophomore not able to find his receiver, and they are backed up, and here comes once again that punting unit.
Let's see, 18, one of the returners this time for Crest.
Yeah, we're already seeing a couple of changes for the Chargers. That is James Battle, one of the return men, as you mentioned, Rob, number 18.
Having a good year for the JV team.
Yep, he certainly is. Here is the kick, and this is a much better kick. Battle is the return man. He's got it at the 40. He's got some room on the outside, 35, 30, 25, still on his feet to the – oh, he takes a nasty hit around the 11. He gets flipped completely over, but – you know, you can talk about how good the defense has been. The offense has been great, but I tell you, the special teams has been pretty solid as well for Crest.
Absolutely.
We're going to have a 1st and goal again for the Chargers at the 10 after the return from Battle. So the Chargers come back out. Eli Hamrick, it looks like this time, Rob, he's got Edwards back there again. And they're going to go with Pluto with a little pass, and he is going to cruise into the end zone. Pluto Surratt, Devarius Surratt, the senior. And that's a third touchdown pass of the night, a 10-yarder. And another Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown for the Chargers. It is 41-0 Crest. And it has happened fast tonight for the Wildcats.
Yeah, well, just a phenomenal job by this Crest team here tonight, doing what you needed to do.
Levi Jones in now for his first extra point attempt. There's a snap, kick is up, and that kick is good, providing electrical services and contracting across the region. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's now Crest 42, North Gaston nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1968, Platinum Distributors in Patterson Springs has been serving this area with a full line of automotive products, including oils, transmission fluids, antifreeze, filters, chemicals, parts, and supplies for all types of automobiles and trucks, with many brands to choose from. They sell to individuals or wholesale. Just visit the walk-in counter. Platinum Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive off Highway 180 south of Shelby. Call 704-487-9395 or visit the website at PutnamDistributors.com. Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs, offering quality automotive parts and supplies for over 50 years.
Come see what they've rounded up at the Roundup store in Shelby. Just arrived a big new shipment of outdoor wooden furniture. See the double rockers, regular rockers, Adirondack chairs, and picnic tables too. The Roundup store has cabinets and vanities, windows and doors, and of course, those famous Roundup storage buildings and gazebos. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at theroundupstoreshelby.com. Serving our area now for over 60 years. Open 8:30 till 5:30 Monday through Friday, 8:30 till noon on Saturday.
Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff as Jones this time kicks it off, and the return man for North Gaston is Kyan Cameron. He's going to be taken down right around the 20-yard line. All Crest leading at 42-0 at the 7:21 mark of the second quarter on our Fountain Electric scoreboard. So great to have you along with us tonight. And the Chargers have scored on all 6 possessions, and they have only run 12 plays in this game. That's a remarkable one of the storylines here of this first half. So North Gaston will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. In the shotgun here is the snap handoff. Got a little bit of room this time, and the ball got loose, but they're going to say that the runner, Donovan Thorne, was down after a gain of a couple. Senior night, as we mentioned here at Crest High School. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for North Gaston after a short first down gain. Here is the handoff, and Thorne's on the outside. He's breaking tackles, and he's going to get a nice gain and a first down across the 30 to the 32. And that is a Pueblito's first down for the Wildcats. As we go back and look at that scoring recap by Lovebird's Pizza, of course, all pizzas are made fresh on our signature Southern style fried pizza dough. That was Crest a little earlier on the little toss pass to Devarius Surratt, 10 yards to extend it to a 42-0 lead. 6:20 to go in the first half. Crest in control, 42-0. Ball spotted just across the 32. Wildcats in the shotgun. Here is the snap, going to go downfield, and got a flag as the ball was overthrown, but they may say we had a little, defender may have been grabbing the receiver, and we could see for the 3rd time tonight a pass interference call on this Crest defense, and I believe that is going to be the call. It is pass interference, and they will move it all the way after the penalty to the North Gaston 46-yard line. Certainly best field position of the night for the Wildcats. So 1st and 10 now at the 47. 3 receivers this time for North Gaston. They're going to hand it. All the ball's on the ground. Quarterback gets it back and does get back to the line of scrimmage. Did a good job that time, did Keyshawn Wright, of getting to that ball as it hit the ground. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball still at the 46 of the Wildcats. Here's a snap in the shotgun, and a little bit of room to run into Crest territory. And that time, going to give a lot of credit to number 8, Donovan Thorne. He was able to get about 5, maybe 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5. Third and 5. We're going to actually call it 3rd and 4 from the Crest 48-yard line. Three receivers as North Gaston back in that shotgun. Here is the snap, the handoff, and Thorne trying to cut on the outside, and there are Charger green jerseys everywhere. Nice play. Several Chargers in there to make the tackle, including Jameer Kennedy. And it is 4th. He's going to lose a yard. It's going to be 4th and 6. So it'll be 4th and 6 from the Crest 49-yard line, down to 4:20 to go in this first half of play. All Crest here in this first half, leading at 42-0. As they are well on their way to staying unbeaten in Big South Conference play. Got an injured Charger coming off the field, having to be replaced. So 4th and 6, North Gaston in the shotgun with 3 receivers. There's a snap, looking to go downfield, and it's going to be picked off around the 40. There's some return room. Trying to get on the outside. The 40, 45, and brought down there. Another North Gaston turnover, and give a lot of credit to the Chargers on the big turnover. So 1st and 10 Chargers. They got plenty of time to work with. They're going to have it at their own 44-yard line. And it looks like we're going to see for the first time tonight Maurice Redmond back there with Eli Hamrick, and 4 receivers for Crest. 1st and 10 after the interception for their own 44-yard line. Hamrick under some pressure is going to roll out, and he's got a receiver to the 40, 35, 30. Thompson is going to cruise into the end zone. What a pass by Eli Hamrick, his 3rd touchdown pass of the night. And it is 48-0. Another Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown for the Chargers. Hamrick got out of a little bit of pressure, moved to his right, and found the speedster. Of course, we're talking about Namaje Thompson, who took it to the house. Here is Levi Jones to try to make this a 49-0 lead. Here is the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric, Fountain Auto. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's now Crest 49, North Gaston 0. This is KDCBroadcasting.com.
Serving the foothills for over 100 years, S&C Fuel Delivery, formerly Lutz Petroleum, is your reliable source for delivery of diesel, gasoline, propane, lubricants, and heating oil, straight to your tank. Pumps are open to the public for fill-up. Delivery available in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. S&C Fuel is locally family-owned and veteran-operated, committed to keeping our community running, trusted by homeowners, farms, and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419. Don't wait. Get an S&R Auto Sales now for your best deal. Buy here, pay here at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. On the lot now, you'll find a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta Sport Wagon for $11,995. Or how about a 2013 Ford F-150 truck for $19,995. And a 2010 Mazda CX-9 for $59,995. To see the complete inventory, go online at SRAutoSales.com. See Susie or Richie today at S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby. Like them on Facebook too.
Jamie J's Pizza Factory kickoff as North Gaston returns it up to around the 26-yard line. $49-0 Crest lead now on our Fountain Electric scoreboard, and the Chargers have certainly dominated this ball game tonight here in the first half. There's the snap in the shotgun, going to hand it off and trying to get on the outside. A little bit of room to run is Thorne, but he's going to lose yardage as we're down to 3 minutes to go in the first half of play. So second and long for the Wildcats. Got to spot it back at the 23-yard line. Second and 13. And a little bit of a handoff, might have been a face mask that time, and that's going to most likely give the Wildcats a first down. Looks like one of the Chargers got the face mask of the running back. And that will be a personal foul, 15-yarder, and that will move it up for North Gaston. So we've got another CSI mechanical penalty flag on the Chargers. Of course, Shelby's family-owned full-service heating, air conditioning, and commercial refrigeration business. And they will move it to the North Gaston 39-yard line. So first and 10 from the 39. Wildcats with Wright in the shotgun. Here's a pass and thrown out of bounds. It'll be second down. So it will be second and 10 for North Gaston. Down to the 2:09 mark. It has certainly been a tough first half offensively for the Wildcats. Right back in the shotgun with one back, three receivers. Second and 10 from the 39. Wright's going to hand it off, and a couple of yards for North Gaston, maybe up to the 41-yard line. Be 3rd and 8, down to 2 minutes to go. We've got a stoppage of play. And we'll take it right here. Crest in control, 49-0.
It's quality and guaranteed service. That's what you get from Shelby Transmission Specialists. They do straight drives and automatic transmissions. They can repair and rebuild transmissions, and they sell parts as well. So if you have transmission trouble, see the experts, Hal, Lau, Billy, and Danielle at Shelby Transmission Specialists, 734 Nally Drive, just off Highway 226 North in Shelby. Call 704-482-8756 for Shelby Transmission Specialists. Before the big game, head to the Substation 2 for the best subs in town. And they're local folks just like you, serving Shelby and Cleveland County since 1978. The subs are so good at the Substation 2. And now delivery is available by Uber Eats and DoorDash. Just call 704-482-1220. Again, 704-482-1220. From subs to salads and more, it's the Substation 2, 611 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 8:30. That's the Substation 2 in Shelby.
Back at Sid Bryson Stadium, Crest coming out of the timeout up 49-0 on our Fountain Electric scoreboard. 3rd and 7 for the Wildcats at their own 41. They're in the shotgun, got a man in motion this time with 2 receivers. There's a high snap. It's going to go all the way back, and it's still on the ground, and let's see who's got it. Did a Wildcat or a Charger get on that ball? Looked like North Gaston was able to get on it. And it is going to be 4th and very long as Crest wants that offense back on the field. And we've made a little change here in the booth as well. And good to have R.J. Roop with us. Rob, feeling a little under the weather. He's decided to call tonight, which was a good move. And R.J., good to have you with me from the sideline. You've gone from video to audio here, my friend. But what a first half by the Crest Chargers.
Oh, it's just been complete and utter
dominance, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, one of the amazing numbers that we've got from the first half, 49 points. Crest has only run 14 plays in this game, RJ. It's just remarkable.
That is insane.
It is completely. And they're going to have a chance here to get the ball back because North Gaston has really just been going backwards. How many 2nd and 3rd longs have we seen them in? That's kind of been the story of the first half.
Oh, it's
just been over and over. And not where you want to be with this Crest offense, who has had tremendous field position the entire night. We've got a lot of scores to give you at halftime. As big thanks to both Jaden Foster and Kevin Hastings, who updating me, and we'll get those to you at halftime. North Gaston will be punting with 1:48 to go. Crest already up 49-0. Here is the kick. And it's going to go out, it looks like, RJ, around the 40, maybe the 46, 45-yard line.
Yeah, I'd say about probably the 47.
Yep.
In that range.
Yep. And, again, Crest's great field position. Of course, coming up at halftime, it will be the Gardner-Webb University halftime show, and we'll have a look at a lot of scores around the area. We'll talk about how the Chargers have gotten up to this 49-0 lead. Here's Hamrick's going to go to Brock Melton, who's to the 45-40. He's got room 30. He may be gone. 20. He's going to come back in, and he is going to go to the end zone. What a first half, and everybody's been a part of it.
Beautiful play by Brock Melton.
It was a beautiful play, R.J. Rube. 45-yard touchdown pass, the 4th of the first half for Eli Hamrick. This time to Brock Melton. It's 55-0. We did have a late penalty that came in, RJ, so we will have to see exactly what that is going to be. And look like some pushing and shoving. This is probably going to be something after the play. Head coach Greg Lloyd is talking with the head official. I'm thinking this may be taken on the kick. And did you see Hamrick in the moves he made when he got downfield there, RJ?
Oh, something great.
Melton, excuse me.
I loved watching Brock Melton this year. He's been playing fantastic all year when he's been in.
Absolutely. So it was on North Gaston Unsportsmanlike, and it will be taken on the kick. Crest, 15 plays, 55 points. Not bad. I'd say that's efficiency. That's the definition of efficiency, I would say. Here is Jones with the extra point attempt. Levi Jones' kick is up. And it is perfect. Crest has had 8 possessions. They've scored all 8 times. Be ready when the next big storm hits with proper lighting and surge protection by Fountain Electric. It's now Crest 56, North Gaston nothing. This is KDCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1988, the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County, also known as TAC, is the nonprofit agency and operates demand response services for non-emergency medical transportation in this area. It also has a fixed bus route that is provided in the city limits of Shelby, and it is free. For more information, call the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County at 704-482-6465. Again, 704-482-6465. Visit the website at taxshelbync.com. For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County.
Crest up 56-0, and after the penalty, the ball is going to head right into the end zone because they kicked off from the North Gaston 45. We had a personal foul called on the Wildcats. And it has certainly been all Crest Chargers, as we mentioned, R.J. Roop, when we look back on that scoring recap, sponsored by Lovebirds Pizza. That time, 45-yard touchdown pass. Eli Hamrick to Brock Melton, and Melton really showed that speed as he got on the outside and took it to the end zone.
I'll tell you what, Eli Hamrick, I think, is the talk of the game, being able to find his open receivers like that. And
yeah, 4 touchdown passes in this first half. Very, very impressive. So if you're North Gaston, you've got 126 here to work with. We do know one thing. We'll have a running clock in the second half. We can
we sure will.
Certainly, that is a assurance. So North Gaston, it has been a tough game tonight. Going to hand it off on 1st and 10, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard, and they're, I think, ready to get into the locker room here. 5th time this year that the Chargers, 6th time, RJ, that the Chargers have scored 40 or more points in a game.
Oh, man, that's impressive for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you talk about, they've had a tough schedule.
They sure have. I mean, it's one of the tougher ones I've seen personally.
It certainly is, and of course, next Friday night, the showdown at Ashbrook. Ashbrook was up 14-6 late in the first half at Forest View, trying to go to 8-0 tonight on the Green Wave. Only 2 unbeatens in Big South Conference play are Crest and Ashbrook. 2nd and 11. Going to hand it off, and not much again for the Wildcats. And this may be the final play of the first half.
I'll tell you what, Tim, this defense has just been locked down all game.
Yeah, they seem to, me and you were talking about, because we've been on the sideline together this year, it seems to be a refocus since that Weddington loss. Yep. I've really noticed that. One half is in the books, and Tim Foster, R.J. Roop with you, Trey Albright. We've got Jaden Foster giving us scores, but we're going to go to the half. We'll come back with our Gardner-Webb University halftime show. It is all Crest, 56-0 at the half, and we've got more Crest football coming up on KTC Broadcasting right after this.
There might be other Coyote tractor dealers in the area, but there is only one that stands above the rest, and that's Weston Sales in Vail. There's a reason they have been one of the top-selling Coyote tractor dealers in America today. Some reasons could be quality of service, friendly people, and yes, price. They will not be undersold on a new Coyote tractor. There's one waiting for you, Coyote and Weston Sales, synonymous in the tractor industry today. See them at 110 Highway 18 North in Vail, online at westonsales.com. Like them on Facebook too.
2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Costner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Costner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Costner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
Check out the Big E Gaffney, upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, located at exit 90 on I-85 near the Gaffney Outlet Marketplace, complete with a large arcade where you can test your skills on some sensational game selections. The Big E also provides an 8-screen premium movie theater featuring new releases, and it's the perfect spot to host a birthday party. There's even a 16-lane bowling center, a snack bar where, man, the pizza's so good, plus laser tag, mini golf, and a massive indoor playland. Find out more at thebigEgaffney.com.
Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook too. Your Train dealer for Cleveland County and the surrounding areas is CSI Mechanical. And right now, Train is offering some great fall specials, like up to $600 in rebates for qualified Train air conditioners and furnaces, up to $2,000 on qualified Train heat pumps, and up to $1,200 for other eligible expenses, like electrical upgrades for heat pump installations. Find out more. Call your local Train dealer, CSI Mechanical, 704-600-6267. Online at csimechanical.com, located at 410 South Post Road in Shelby. The service specials in the service department at Marburger Chevrolet have been extended. If you missed out, you've still got time. Check out their Super Saturday Oil Change Special. Regular $79.95 and now $59.95 Saturday mornings only. Also, North Carolina inspections are $10 every day. Looking for a pre-owned vehicle? Prices start at $9,900. And ask about 0% APR financing on new cars, SUVs, and trucks at Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at marburgerchevy.net. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose aquamation over cremation. Aquamation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And aquamation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider aquamation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Welcome back into Crest Football on KTCBroadcasting.com. You hear the Crest High School Marching Band on the field, and welcome into the Gardner-Webb University halftime show. At the half on our Fountain Electric scoreboard, it is all Crest Chargers, 56-0. A dominant first half. We'll look at Trey Albright's stats here momentarily. Remember, graduating high school, transferring universities, pursuing an advanced degree, or returning as an adult, Gardner-Webb University has over 80 majors. Tim Foster, R.J. Roop, Trey Albright, and a big thanks again to Kevin Hastings as well as J-Man, Jaden Foster, for giving us some scores. And let's go over some scores that we have got in the last 15 minutes or so. And RJ, get your thoughts on some of these. Not a lot of surprises. Burns 17-0 over Cherryville. What about Stuart Kramer leading Lincolnton 28-14? That, if they could upset Lincoln, that gives Shelby still a chance in this conference.
Wow, I mean that's
could be an upset.
Yeah, like you said, that's very surprising to hear from.
Yep. Shelby 28-0 over East Gaston. East Burke was leading Chase 22-6. East Lincoln had come back after being down early to Hickory. They were leading in the second quarter, 21-17. East Lincoln over Hickory. Ashbrook 14-6 over Forest View. Of course, Crest Ashbrook will have it next Friday night from Ashbrook. It'll be a monster matchup. South Point was leading Kings Mountain 8-0. High Brighton 8-0 over R. Central. Mountain Island Charter over Bonnie Cone 24-0. Maiden 7-7 with Bandies. Fred T. Ford leading Bunker Hill 6-0. East Rutherford 21-0 over Patton as well. And also Watauga ranked pretty high in the 6A ranks, up over Alexander Central 21-7. Well, the big story, R.J. Roop, in this ball game has been the Crest Chargers. They have had 8 possessions, and they've scored on a lot of them. And a lot of times, it's not taking them 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays. They've done it on 1 or 2 plays.
Yeah, it's been over the top, usually one, like you said, 1 to 2 plays. And
Yep.
Talk about efficiency, Tim.
Unbelievable efficiency, RJ, no doubt about it. Well, let's look back at our scoring recap of the first half. And, of course, it is brought to you by Lovebirds Pizza. All their pizzas are made fresh on a signature Southern-style fried pizza dough. And it all started quickly in the first 30 seconds of the game when Eli Hamrick touchdown pass to Majay Thompson. Very first play of the game offensively, I should say, after they had a kick return to start the game called back. 7-0 at that point. Malachi Gamble made it 14-0 with a 4-yard touchdown run. Then it was a 10-yard Eli Hamrick to Michael Edwards pass, 21-0. Late in the first half, Hamrick again to Romeo Sanders, made it 28-0 after the extra point. We just keep on. Second quarter, 9 minutes to go. Michael Edwards, the one run of the half, 10-yard play, and then it was Hamrick to Pluto Surratt on the pass. Extra point good, 42-0. Hamrick to Thompson, 49-0. Majay Thompson, 3 minutes to go, second quarter, and then they capped it off with a 45-yard Hamrick to Brock Mountain touchdown pass. And that, at that point, made it 56-0, and that's what it is right now. And what about some of these numbers? What about Hamrick in the first half? 6 of 6 for 187, 5 touchdowns for senior Eli Hamrick. RJ, that's pretty efficient.
Yeah, I mean, it's 56-0 and only 6 passes thrown. I mean,
that's unbelievable. Yeah, 187, and you look at guys like Majay Thompson's already got 5 catches for 170. Romeo Sanders, a catch for 25 yards. Gamble, of course, a couple of carries and a touchdown. Michael Edwards with a carry and a 40-yard touchdown run. Crest with 263 yards of total offense. And it was a complete opposite, RJ, for North Gaston. 1 of 11 for 3 yards. They had negative yards rushing, negative 36 yards rushing. How about negative 33 total yards of offense? And bad things are going to happen when you're in that area.
I mean, I'll tell you what, if I'm North Gaston, I take it back into the locker room, look at my guys and say, hey, what can we do to, at least shorten this gap?
Along with the running clock, maybe you think about next week and start preparing for practice next week as well, because that's we knew it could get ugly, and it certainly has here tonight. What about the 2015 Crest High State Championship team, the last team to win it here 10 years ago, last team to make it to a Western Finals? They went on to win the state championship. Remember, RJ, you were there with us, I believe, that day in Chapel Hill when Crest beat Southern Durham to win the state title game. That was a game where Trey Harbison scored 7 touchdowns that day. What a game that was, and what a year, and great to celebrate this team 10 years later.
It's very impressive. I mean, I personally don't remember most of it because, like you said,
you're a little younger.
At the time I was about, I'd say, 11, 12 years old.
Yes.
I remember the team being just insanely good that year. I mean, just
went undefeated.
Unstoppable.
Yep, 16-0 that year. Won, as a matter of fact, ended that year on a 32-game winning streak and won a great state championship, and a lot of players and coaches back for that, which is awesome to see. We'll take a break. So great to have you along tonight as Crest in control, 56-0, and we'll continue with our streaming broadcast of Crest football here at the half, and we'll continue on ktcbroadcasting.com.
Cleveland Funeral Services in Shelby is proud to serve the people of Shelby and the surrounding communities with traditional funerals, memorials, celebrations of life, cremations, prestige collections, and grief counseling services. Managed by veteran Dean Vincent, who is proud to serve our country and proud to serve you in your time of need. Cleveland Funeral Services, 2518 West Dixon Boulevard, Highway 74 West in Shelby. Online at clevelandfuneralservices.com. Why should you buy from Discovery Nissan in Shelby? Well, there's plenty of reasons. First, the selection. Over 200 vehicles in stock. Also a 3-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on new purchases. Conditions apply. Also, the first 2 oil changes are free. And Discovery Nissan is paying a $500 referral fee. Experience the difference at Discovery Nissan, where community commitment and cars come together. 631 South Post Road in Shelby. Online at discoverynissan.com.
Fountain Electric and Services, one team, one goal, providing integrity across the region since 1946 when it comes to residential, commercial, and industrial electrical needs. And listen to this, get your vehicle running right for those road trips at Fountain Auto Tech. They can provide an oil change, tire rotation, brake check, and even a battery test. That way you get your vehicle healthy and tested. You'll leave Fountain Auto Tech with confidence. Learn more at fountainautotech.com and on their Facebook page.
CF Moto is clicking on all cylinders during their clearance sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Law. Get financing as low as 0% and up to $1,500 cash back on CF Moto models. And check out the Suzuki DRZ 4S motorbike with financing at 4.99% for 36 months. And the Yamaha Let's Ride sales event is underway. Get 0% for 60 months or $3,000 customer cash back. Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Law, online at ncfullthrottlepowersports.com. Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Padgett and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
Great to have you along on a beautiful October night. Senior night is all Crest Chargers. They lead it 56-0 on our Fountain Electric scoreboard. Tim Polster, R.J. Roop as we start out with our good friend Rob Roop. Rob a little under the weather tonight, and R.J. has taken over. He's come up from the sideline, and great to have R.J. with me. Trey Albright on stats, and I want to give you a couple of scoring updates. R.J. South Point in the third quarter leading Kings Mountain now 15-0. And I tell you, the Kings Mountain Mountaineers are struggling offensively right now. And when you play back-to-back weeks at Ashbrook and South Point, that is tough on the schedule, is it not? Very, very tough. Also, a couple of other scores. Again, big thanks to Jaden Foster for some scoring updates as well. Ashbrook leading Forestry 14-6 at the half. A couple of other scores we want to give you. Burns in total control, leading the Cherville Ironman, and we want to make sure. Let me make sure I've got that score correct here. RJ Burns up 24-0. Shelby up 42-0 now in the fourth, and those teams headed for a showdown at the end of the regular season. That will be 2 weeks from tonight when Burns goes to Shelby. That'll be a good one.
Ooh, it's going to be a great matchup between the two teams.
It certainly will be. Yeah, they just had the big half-and-half drawing a little while ago. A lot of folks were excited about that. Good crowd here tonight, RJ, I think.
Sure is, yeah.
It's certainly good to see. So we expect to see a lot of Chargers, and, of course, in the second half, I want to remind you are listening to the Gardner-Webb University Halftime Show here from KTCBroadcasting.com. And as we mentioned, what about the efficiency of the Chargers? Eli Hamrick, 5 touchdown passes in the first half. He was 6 of 6, nearly 200 yards passing. And they struck very quickly. The big story, remember, ladies and gentlemen, the Crest Chargers only ran 16 plays, and they scored 56 points. That is just, I mean, you can't ask for much more than that.
No, you really can't.
So that's pretty awesome offensively. Well, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be getting ready for a second half action as our whole crew will get you ready. And, again, great to have you along. Crest in control, 56-0 from KTC Broadcasting.
Small college town could be right for you. Gardner-Webb University is a private Christian liberal arts university in Boiling Springs that was founded in 1905. Whether you're graduating high school, transferring universities, pursuing an advanced degree, or returning to the classroom as an adult, Gardner-Webb has over 80 majors awaiting you. Become a part of Bulldog Nation. More at gardner-webb.edu. Make sure to catch a home-running Bulldogs football game through November 22nd.
Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutters? Look no further than Gutter Guys. Gutter Guys provides complete gutter and roofing solutions in our entire area, and even in Columbia, South Carolina. With over 22 years experience, Gutter Guys specializes in metal and shingle roofing, seamless gutters, and copper works. If your roof and gutters need some attention, Gutter Guys is here to help you. No job is too big or too small. So give them a call today at 704-879-4384 for Gutter Guys. Serving the Carolinas since 2003.
Help! Help! He's back in town!
Yeah, I'm back in town, and this town is going down. It's me, Clint Eatswood, and I can't be stopped. I eat all the wood I see, and there's nothing you can do.
Someone call H&H Pest Control. They'll stop Clint Eatswood.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Stop Clint Eatswood before he destroys your home. Call H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing at 704-482-2847. Online at hhpci.com. Yes, Cleveland and Rutherford counties, there's a mobile home supply store here for you. That's H&M Industries between Shelby and Forest City, right off Highway 74 West. No matter what you need, mobile home doors, windows, tubs, showers, roofing, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, hardware, and more. Anything. See H&M Industries for your mobile home supplies. Located at 3931 Sunset Boulevard, Shelby, off Highway 74 West. Online at hmiindustries.com. Call 704-434-9900. Like them on Facebook, too. To get that high grass cut down, you need an attack cat. Like a new Bobcat mower from Hojo Outdoor Power in Shelby. Jump on that grass with a new Bobcat. Come check out their line of Bobcat zero-turn mowers with financing at 0% for up to 48 months. There's nothing like a Bobcat. From Hojo Outdoor Power, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
Go! We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales Event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com.
Back at Sid Bryson Stadium, Tim Pelster, R.J. Roop, Trey Albright. Great to have you along. It's all Crest 56-0 as we are getting ready for second half action. And, of course, we want to remind you, are you ready to work? Cleveland Community College Apprenticeships connects you to real employers while you build skills. Options at clevelandcc.edu/apprenticeships. We are ready, RJ, for our Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory second half kickoff. Levi Jones to kick it off, and we will, of course, have a running clock when action does start back. Jones is going to kick it down to around the 20, and it's been bobbled, and Wildcats just have to get on it because that ball was certainly live for a few seconds, and they'll start around the 22. This second half of play, and RJ, we're going to see a lot of substitutions here for the Chargers.
We sure are, and with it being senior night, they're going to try to get as many seniors as they can into the game.
And that's what you want to see, for sure. And we're seeing a lot of new faces, which is so awesome to see in this second half as the clock will continue to run. We will have a fast-moving second half. Chargers certainly on their way to going to 7-1 on the season and going to 4-0 in conference play. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 22-yard line, and that is Keshad Wright in the shotgun. Wright's going to hand it off, and not much room on the outside. Nice tackle.
It's like a loss of 4, loss of 5.
J.C. Hunt, yeah, you're exactly right. J.C. Hunt on the tackle for the Chargers. We will be in Gastonia next Friday night for a heavyweight showdown, a battle of the last two unbeatens in the Big South. Crest at Ashbrook will be on at 7 o'clock. Paul Foster will be back with us. And what a battle it will be. Two teams with a lot of aspirations to be playing late in this 2025 season. 2nd and 14. And not much room, maybe a couple yards that time, RJ, for the Wildcats. That was Thorne, I believe, again on the carry. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Field position battle. The Chargers have really dominated, which have led to these quick offensive scores we saw through the entire first half of play. Of course, this is our third quarter, and our quarter sponsor is Utility Tree Service. We're Chargers, we're better, providing free quotes. Visit their Facebook page. And our touchdown sponsor in the second half will be Made New throughout the second half. 3rd and 10. Wright gets a snap. He's going to hand it off, and maybe a gain of about 3, but it's going to be another 4th down for the Wildcats, and it looks like the punting unit will have to come back in. Remember, they had negative yards of offense in the first half. It was just a disastrous half, and the Chargers are going to have pretty good field position here again as James Battle, who's already had one nice return, is one of the return men for Crest.
I'll tell you what, we're talking about a lot of the efficiency on offense, but this defense,
yeah,
it's been something beautiful tonight for the Chargers.
It really has been.
I don't think North Gaston has gotten a first down that hasn't been a flag. Maybe a couple times, yeah.
Almost wide, but this ball's not going to go far. But it does take a nice roll inside Crest territory, one of the better punts of the night for North Gaston, and it'll be spotted around the 47, maybe the 46 of Crest is where they will put the ball on. Let's see who we've got here offensively. We know there'll be some changes there, but you're right. North Gaston only one first down, I believe, that was not aided by a penalty in that first half. So Brock Melton will be in at the quarterback position as Eli Hamrick, as we mentioned, it's a perfect 6 of 6. His night is over, and they want him to be nice and ready and fresh for the Ashburn Green Wave and that very physical team they'll see next Friday night.
There's a very good chance, too, that next week will not be the last time they see them.
Well, actually, they're 6A, so it actually could be. You're right. I thought about that, too, and that's a great point. Here's a handoff, and I believe that's Redmond, who is just exploding inside the 40 to around the speed for this young man. He's another guy you forget about on this offense, RJ, and great run. They're going to spot it all the way to the North Gaston 35. It is another Me Polito first down. Friday Night Lights, football fans, and Me Pubs, and that is certainly a winning combination. Melton in the shotgun with 4 receivers. Maurice Redmond is back there now. Here's Redmond again. He's exploded to the 30, 25, 20. He's still on his feet, inside the 10, to the 5, and does he get into the end zone? He is right at the marker, and it looks like he went out around the 1, and what a job he did, RJ, to stay on his feet inside the 10 after getting hit.
That was just fantastic. I loved watching that.
Crest, 9 possessions, and they are a yard away from making it 9 touchdowns. It's just an unbelievable efficient first half. Melton in the shotgun. Redmond is back there. 3 receivers. First and goal at the 1 after another Meade Polito's first down. Here is the handoff, and Maurice Redmond is in the end zone for a made new touchdown from Homestead Offices. They'll leave it spotless. Made new 62-0. The only good news right now, RJ, for North Gaston is the clock continues to run.
It sure does.
How about back-to-back weeks, 60-plus points for the Chargers? Not bad.
This team has been something special this year, that is for sure.
Levi Jones is going to attempt the extra point here momentarily. I don't know that Crest says, I was thinking initially they may have only had 10 players on the field, but it's like everybody is out there. Here is Jones to try to make it 63 points, and it is perfect. 9 possessions, 9 scores. Be ready when the next big storm hits with proper lighting and surge protection by Fountain Electric. Crest now leads at 63-0, and we're back on KDCBroadcasting.com.
It's tailgate season, football fans, and at Ingalls, that means it's grilling season. I mean, the grill is basically shaped like a stadium. A meat stadium. Those grill grates, kind of like yard markers. The sizzle of those delicious steaks, burgers, and dogs. The roar of the crowd. So, who's hungry for some good old-fashioned tailgate food? And a hometown victory? I know I am. Ingalls. Low prices. Love the savings.
Escape the elements and get back to comfortable with James River Equipment's Back to Cool special. Step inside a John Deere 3R, 4R, or 5E 3-cylinder tractor and enjoy the ultimate operator experience. The premium cab keeps you out of the dust, dirt, and bugs, while air ride seats and quiet climate-controlled interior lets you focus on getting more done. With up to $5,000 off and 0% financing for 72 months, there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. James River delivers. Ends 9/26/25 with approved credit from John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
James River Equipment Company, 703 North Post Road, Shelby.
Jones slips as he kicks on the Jammy J's Pizza Factory kickoff, and that's going to give North Gaston, who gets a pretty good return, their best starting field position of the night at the across the 40 to the maybe 42-43, but the big problem for the Wildcats, they are now down 63-0 to Crest on our Fountain Electric scoreboard. And as we look back at that scoring recap by Lovebird's Pizza, that was a Maurice Redmond 1-yard touchdown run, RJ, and that made it look easy.
They sure did. I tell you what, this North Gaston defense, does have a lot to work on at the end of the season.
It's been a long night, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has.
North Gaston with a running clock now in the back in the shotgun, I should say, a little bit more of a tighter set. Two backs. There's a high snap. And going to go absolutely nowhere. That time the handoff went to Donovan Thorne. And as has been the case all night, he lost yards. Barring some big offensive plays here from North Gaston, they're going to finish the night in negative total yards.
I'll tell you what, one thing you do have to look forward to with North Gaston, that it is a younger team. So
it's a very young team. That is a good point, and I do expect them to be a little stronger in the years to come. That's a great point, RJ. 2nd and 13. And another handoff again, and we've got green jerseys all over the place in the backfield to make the tackle. And another couple-yard loss. I think they went back to Thorne. We're already down to 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. And if you came in late, RJ, to this game's second quarter, you missed quite a few touchdowns. You didn't want to get here late tonight.
You sure did.
There was a lot of scoring. There's been a lot. Crest has scored on all 9 possessions in this ball game. 3rd and about 16 with 2 receivers for. And the shotgun, there's the ball down the field, and it's going to be picked off.
Man.
50. 40, could be gone. He's going to take it to the house. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, and that, I believe, I don't know if I've got that young man on our roster. Was that,
let's see.
I'm trying to get to, is that 23?
Looks like 23. That should be Carter Glenn, if we're reading that number correctly.
Is that Glenn that picked it off? Well, nonetheless, we have got another made new touchdown. Serving Cleveland County with professional care you can trust. Book today at madenewcleaning.com. Levi Jones after the 3rd interception with the kick, and it hits the goal post. That may have been tipped a little bit, RJ, as well. Crest now up 69-0 from KTCBroadcasting.com.
The Drive into Fall event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby, putting performance in your hands. Just announced, finance and get 0% APR for 72 months with $7,750 retail cash allowance toward the purchase of a brand new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona. For details, see Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby during the Drive into Fall event.
Who's the full-service insurance agency that can process all types of insurance? The answer, Max O.B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They represent over 20 major insurance carriers, quality and top names like Auto Owners, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Liberty Mutual, and Travelers. Max O.B. Hamrick, dedicated to its customers just like they've been since the 1950s, and also dedicated to Cleveland County high school football. Offices in Shelby and Boiling Springs. Manager Bill Daves invites you by.
Before C.J. Allen kicks it off.
And they are, I tell you, RJ, this is a rarity that we're seeing right now. But ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for the Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff, they have ended the third quarter. And, you hate to say it this way, RJ, but it has gotten so bad that they have just knocked off about 3 minutes off the game and went ahead and moved to the fourth quarter. But I think me and you agree that's a good move.
It sure is.
It's just been the difference between two teams that are just on two different levels this year, unfortunately.
If I'm North Gaston, it's kind of hard not to be, discerned about this game. It's been
but it also shows you the weapons that the Chargers have.
It
we
sure
know
does.
When they put it all together, how dangerous. We've moved right to the fourth quarter. Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff as we start the fourth quarter play, and the Wildcats got some room here. Nice return that time. Give a lot of credit to Kyon Cameron. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And we are in the fourth quarter now. And, of course, as we mentioned all night, our quarter sponsors, Utility Tree Service. And this one will move fast. And a lot of class, I think, shown by the Chargers there to knock a little time off that. I thought that was a good move there, RJ.
I do, too. I really do.
So they'll spot it at the 32-yard line. Of course, after tonight's game, we will look back at what has been a dominant performance from the Chargers. I'd say we'll move to 7-1. You add the fact that Crest has scored on all 9 possessions, and then the 3 North Gaston turnovers have really aided to make it even worse.
It definitely has not helped.
I don't know that I've ever seen that before. I know it happens in games when they've really gotten out of control, as this one has score-wise, and I just went ahead and moved to knock that last 3 minutes off and headed right to the fourth quarter. 2 backs this time for the Wildcats at their own 31-yard line. We're actually spotted at the 32. And we've got a new quarterback in there, and he is going to be covered up and tackled for a loss. It's great to see the number of Chargers that have gotten to play here on senior night, though. That is really awesome here.
It sure is.
We've seen a lot of green jerseys, a lot of players tonight. Ball's going to be spotted at the 29-yard line. Next Friday night, as we mentioned, Crest and Ashburg, a monster matchup. As we mentioned, we'll be on with our countdown to kickoff Ingalls Markets pregame at 7 p.m. from Gastonia, from Ashburg High School. Paul Foster will be back with us. And most likely that will be for the Big South Conference Championship next Friday night. Clock running, 9.5 minutes to go. 2nd and 13. North Gaston in the shotgun. And the quarterback's going to try to keep it. And again, confusion as they will lose more yards. We've got Donovan Thorne now in at quarterback. So 3rd and very long. going to be about 3rd and 18, and North Gaston in no rush here, RJ, which they don't need to be when you're down 69-0.
Yeah, I think that's the smart thing to do for this team. I really do.
They're going to get the snap, and we're going to have another tackle for a loss. And it looks like the punting unit is going to come back onto the field for North Gaston. And another punt and another opportunity for the Chargers to have great field position. Be interesting to see what the Chargers do here offensively. North Gaston to punt it from their own 12. And that one almost was blocked, but this is not going to go far. It's going to go out of bounds around the North Gaston 20. Looks like around the 28-yard line. And let's see if the Chargers here just decide to take a knee. So here comes the Crest offense back on the field and trying to see now who is at quarterback. This is the 3rd quarterback of the night.
It looks like Khalil Clark.
Is that Clark in?
I think so, if that's number 5.
I'm trying to see here. Here's a handoff. Chargers breaking loose. Here's Redmond again to the 20. Still on his feet. Does he get into the end? Wait, we got a flag, and I believe that's
laundry on the field.
Yeah, that is the laundry. I'm trying to see. I believe that is number. Is that 16?
Let's see.
I don't believe it's 16. Trying to see. We so apologize about that. I think RJ may have been right on that initial call, but this will be a holding penalty, and it will be brought back. So the ball will be spotted at the 24-yard line. 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Brock Melton's back in at quarterback with Redmond in the backfield. 3 receivers. Here is Redmond up the middle, and he breaks loose, and he will get into the end zone for another new touchdown for the Crest Chargers. $75-0 Crest. And this may be getting close to a school record in points, RJ. I'm not 100% sure where we're at, but we're close to it.
We sure are. As far as I know, I haven't seen a team put up 75 points.
And they can make it 76 here with the extra point attempt from C.J. Allen. And Allen, it's good. 76-0 Crest. And we want to remind you as well that to kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric's Fountain Auto, and on the Fountain Electric scoreboard, 76-0, KTCBroadcasting.com, and we'll take a break and be right back.
Big game, big appetite. Swing by Meat Pablito for the ultimate victory. From sizzling fajitas to over 100 mouth-watering dishes, we've got you covered no matter your craving. How about fried ice cream, brownies, and funnel cake fries that will score big with your sweet tooth? Come see us in Uptown Shelby or order ahead at meatpubs.com. Stay connected on Facebook and Instagram at Meat Pablito Mex, because good food is always worth cheering for.
Well, what a night it's been for the Crest Chargers on senior night. They lead it now 76-0 over North Gaston. after we saw Maurice Redmond's second touchdown of this ball game. And that is our scoring recap by Lovebird's Pizza. That time 15-yard touchdown run from Redmond. Here is the kick as the clock continues. That includes knocking off as we have the return man still on his feet up to the 30, 35, and that includes that 76-0. That includes, remember, RJ, they took out the last 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes of the third quarter and just moved to the fourth quarter. So some time was actually, this is going to be less than the full 48-minute game, which is just crazy. So North Gaston with 3 minutes to go under 3 minutes, will run a couple more plays, and we're going to wrap this one up tonight. Come back and have a short post game, and we will get ready for next Friday night. Crest and Ashbrook. By the way, Ashbrook was leading Forest View with 11 minutes to go, 21-6. And they could be on their way to 8-0. Our last score we had for South Point Kings Mountain, it was 21-0 South Point over Kings Mountain late in the third quarter.
Tell you what, that South Point team, they looked pretty good, and until they came and faced the
Chargers. Yeah, but that's still going to be dangerous in the playoffs, and they could see them again.
Yeah,
in the 5A ranks. Yeah, talking about rematches, we could see that one down the road again, without a doubt. Here's a high snap and a little bit of room to run for Thorne. The quarterback, Donovan Thorne, now going to get about 6 on first down. We got a couple finals. Shelby, big thanks to Kevin Hastings. Shelby beat East Gaston 42-6. South Stanley has beaten Thomas Jefferson 49-0. Lake Norman beat North Idaho 55-13. T.C. Robertson over Inca 41-0. Clock running out of the minute-and-a-half mark in this game. South Point now up 28-0 over Kings Mountain. West Lincoln 46-13 over Highland Tech as North Gaston coming back to the line of scrimmage. Another high snap, and it's going to be down. Very fortunate to get on that inside the 25 are the Wildcats. So it's going to be third and very long, and I don't know that North Gaston needs to run another play here. Probably would be best just to let it run on out.
Yeah, if I'm North Gaston, I at least need a ball out at this point.
Yes. And I believe that will do it. We're down to 28-27. Clock continues to run. They're going to try to run one more play, I believe, here, RJ. And a little handoff, and it's a little bit of room for Thorne all the way across the 30, and that will end it on what's been a dominant performance on senior night for the Crest Chargers, as Crest will move to 7-1, and even more importantly, RJ, they're 4-0 in Big South Conference play. RJ, thank you for joining me here in the booth tonight, but we will come back. Yes, sir. We'll come back with our post-game show. Crest is 7-1. They win at 76-0. And we've got more Crest football coming up right after this.
You guys having a party too?
Yeah, just having some friends over for the game. Is that safe?
More plugs, more power.
You're all ready for the game. 4 new outlets, all with USB, and the projector's hooked up to a new dedicated line.
Oh, heck no.
What happened to the game? He likes to do it all himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's Bob Malarkey.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby.
Some people say there are doers and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain. Since 1968, Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs has been serving this area with a full line of automotive products, including oils, transmission fluids, antifreeze, filters, chemicals, parts, and supplies for all types of automobiles and trucks, with many brands to choose from. They sell to individuals or wholesale. Just visit the walk-in counter. Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive off Highway 180 south of Shelby. Call 704-487-9395 or visit the website at PutnamDistributors.com. Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs, offering quality automotive parts and supplies for over 50 years.
We welcome you back into Sid Bryson Stadium, and it is all over a dominant Crest performance tonight, 76-0, as the Chargers move to 7-1 on the season. And R.J. Roop with me, Tim Foster, great to be with you here tonight for all of our listeners. And big thanks to all of our sponsors as well as the Fountain Electric scoreboard final, 76-0. R.J., just a dominant performance for the Crest Chargers. As we mentioned, they scored on every possession. Eli Hamrick, who didn't even play the second half, 6 of 6 in the ballgame through 5 touchdown passes. And then when that second unit came in there, they just continued to contribute as well. Just great football tonight.
It sure was. But I'll tell you what, for this Crest, this Crest team going into the upcoming week, I honestly,
a lot of confidence.
Yeah, but you can't change much about practice. You know, I mean, you got to go out there like you did every other week. I mean.
Yeah, you got a lot of confidence, but you realize you're on the road the last 2 weeks. Remember, this was RJ the final regular season home game, so a lot of the Crest fans hope the next time they see the Chargers here will be in round 2, because remember, the top 8 seeds get a bye in round 1, so they could be back here in round 2. But they've got a lot of business to take care of to get to that point in the next 2 weeks. But just a dominant performance tonight.
It sure was.
Yep, and when we look at just a couple of final numbers that Trey Albright sent to us in this game. RJ, I want to just throw a couple of these out there. Of course, for the Chargers, they did end up with 85 yards and penalties. That's kind of the crazy thing in the ballgame. Did finish with about 360 yards total offense. North Gaston would finish with negative yards in the ball game tonight, and so that was the other thing. You mentioned it. As good as the offense was, as good as the special teams was, the defense was pretty special as well.
Yeah, it's just something you can't overlook. I mean, as a defense, as a team, I'm feeling pretty good after this game.
Yeah, you got to be feeling really good with the way that you played tonight. Well, that's when we look back at it again, 76-0. We saw a little bit, and a lot of seniors did some good work on senior night, but everybody was a part of it, and just the fact that they did it and really only ran for the game somewhere between 20 to 30 plays in this ball game and scored 76 points. Now the defense, of course, they had an interception for a touchdown as well that was big in the ball game. So again, all three facets were clicking really well. And RJ, as we wrap up, when you think about Crest and Ashbrook next Friday night, what are some of your thoughts? Ashbrook, if they hold on, they'll be 8-0. Crest will come in 7-1. It's 5A versus 6A. Ashbrook 6A. Ashbrook's a very fit. You got the athletes of Crest versus that physicality of Ashbrook. What are some of your early thoughts about that game?
I mean, I think it's just going to be it's definitely going to be a game that Crest is going to want to play all 4 quarters, and you can't take any play off against Ashbrook.
It's hard to win on the road in this conference.
It sure is.
Yeah, and that will be one of the challenges. And again, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we will be on at 7 o'clock from Ashbrook next Friday night. Crest and Ashbrook. Paul Foster will be back with us. And again, big thanks to R.J. Root. Big thanks to Trey Trey Albright, big thanks to J-Man Foster for giving us scores, Kevin Hastings and all the crew. And remember, the post-game show will be coming up. You can get all those scores when we are wrapping up here. And we understand that, the Crest has scored maybe the most points. That 76 was right at the most points in history back in the 2004-2005 season, the last time they were anywhere close to that. So that was pretty special here tonight. And Jaden Foster giving us that little tidbit. Thank you, Jaden, very much for that here tonight. We'll stay tuned for the post-game show. For R.J. Rube, this is Tim Foster signing off. Crest wins at 76-0, and we'll see you right back next Friday night for a big one, Crest and Ashbrook. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Come see what they've rounded up at the Roundup store in Shelby. Just arrived a big new shipment of outdoor wooden furniture. See the double rockers, regular rockers, Adirondack chairs, and picnic tables too. The Roundup store has cabinets and vanities, windows and doors, and of course, those famous Roundup storage buildings and gazebos. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at theroundupstoreshelby.com. Serving our area now for over 60 years. Open 8:30 till 5:30 Monday through Friday, 8:30 till noon on Saturday.
Serving the foothills for over 100 years, S&C Fuel Delivery, formerly Lutz Petroleum, is your reliable source for delivery of diesel, gasoline, propane, lubricants, and heating oil, straight to your tank. Pumps are open to the public for fill-up. Delivery available in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. S&C Fuel is locally family-owned and veteran-operated, committed to keeping our community running, trusted by homeowners, farms, and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419. Don't wait. Get an S&R Auto Sales now for your best deal. Buy here, pay here at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. On the lot now, you'll find a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta Sport Wagon for $11,995. Or how about a 2013 Ford F-150 truck for $19,995. And a 2010 Mazda CX-9 for $59,995. To see the complete inventory, go online at srautosales.com. See Susie or Richie today at S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby.